was alive. She was just a wife.
I'm in there right now, baby. She's not what you think. She is an agent. She's a honeypot.
We got to save that for a whole episode.
Yeah. Okay. You want to come back and do that one then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, like, yeah, she's crazy, but damn, Candace is nuts too. Like, nuts in, like, I don't know, a good way or a bad way. I'm just like, yo.
She's gone hard.
Yeah. And
hard.
I'm just like, oh my God, like, I want to be like, just give it a rest, let it milk for a little bit.
She won't.
But she's like,
she's a dog with a bone.
Exactly.
She won't. And you know what? When she's on the fucking case, you do not want to be in her crosshairs.
Remember what I said last time I was here? She's probably one of the best journalists out there right now.
Yeah.
And reason why? Because if she doesn't cover all of this, being a good journalist, you have to be hated on for a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole half of the industry hates her. They just think she's just, like some type of weird shill.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if they hate her or if it's all to make her look crazy, because the evidence is so overwhelming.
Yeah, overwhelming.
Anyway,
right, let's get to this.
Okay.
Let me grab one of these.
Yeah. Take her.
This is that Tucker Carlson one.
Oh yeah, baby. Drop her in.
Yeah. Still tucked over here.
It gives you like a nice relaxing, right? A little bit of sharpness.
Yep.
Little cool mist in the mouth. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We good?
We're good.
Test.
Test.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. That's why I was asking if you know Coach Colin, but you don't. That's how he starts his shows.
Is that an old thing? Like
no.
whoop whoop?
Yeah, it is. And he's like my age. He's my age. So it's like a thing that we do.
Because, I'm like in high school, we had like this little group of friends. And like whenever we were at like big parties or like not even just parties, just anywhere, we would do that sound
whoop, whoop.
to like figure out, just kind of like
a calling to like, where's your boys at? Where's your boys at? Whoop, whoop.
Call across the street to your homies.
Yeah, whoop, whoop. And then you'd be like, oh, what's up?
We did that too.
That's why I was like,
It's funny because you're that much younger than me, and we did the same thing in high school.
What's your year of birth, Brad?
88.
88. Oh, okay, so you're still pretty young. Damn, fuck you.
And I look way younger than I am.
Yeah, fuck all of you. Anyways, okay, guys, welcome back to the Black Sheep Podcast. I am flying solo today. I am here with a couple of guests. We have Ajax back, and we have his friend Brad. Brad ran for the People's Party of Canada in 2025.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you guys all remember Ajax. He was one of our highlight episodes this year. We had a lot of views.
Do it again.
Because with Ajax on our side, we get more exposure. I wish it was me, but it's him.
It's because maybe just like just being like a little bit more like, because remember what I told you, I was like, you got to be more active on IG. You got to be more active. Like,
and I have been off of IG.
Yeah.
I know. So. I got to get back. I'm getting back. I lost 10 pounds since last fall. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like I don't know if the audience notices, but I'm ready. I'm ready to hit the ground running again. 2026. This is my year. I'm gonna turn 45. I know.
Don't look a day over 30. So.
Hey, that's why we bring Ajax. Yeah. Pump my Reebok pumps up. Okay, we are talking today about homelessness. And I want to drop a stat out here before we start, because obviously our listeners are mostly Canadian, but we do have quite an international following. And I think that everybody, regardless of where you're from, has heard about the homelessness issue, particularly in California. Okay, so I want to start by throwing out some stats on the homelessness issue in California, and then Ajax is going to help us to correlate this into what the fuck is going on in Canada right now. So over the last 5 years, California has spent roughly $24 billion trying to fix homelessness. With that said, there are still 180,000 plus people that are homeless. 30% of all homeless people in the United States live in California. Homelessness has grown 53% since 2013. I just $25 billion, and the problem has doubled, and absolutely nothing has happened. Gavin Newsom, I'm fairly certain, will be on the Democratic ticket for the next election. And I'm wondering how anybody is going to be able to dig him out of that one hole. His job as governor is to manage California. He's been doing that for 7 years now or so. And the problem has gotten 53% worse, and he's blown through $25 billion. There's also that, not that we're going to get into climate change, but he is also in charge of that high-speed transit that's supposed to be happening in California as well.
Underground rail, yep.
And it's something like, again, another huge, I know it's in the billions, and not one single
not even
piece
one
of
mile,
track
not 1 mile
has been laid.
Yep.
So we've got a major problem here with spending, and we're not seeing any results. So how are we going to correlate this into what the fuck's going on in Canada, particularly in Ontario, even more particularly in southwestern Ontario?
The reason this is how I'm going to correlate it. I would call it, I don't even want to coin this term. I would give that credit to Integrity TO. Shout them out. Follow them. They're a company in Toronto that are just exploiting all of the corruption that's happening in the Ontario government, especially in the city of Toronto. But they coined a term that I really love. They called it the homeless industrial complex.
Ooh,
and
okay.
When I heard that, I was just like, oh, so it's kind of like the military. So how does the military industrial complex work? They work off war. So homelessness in California, the reason why it's getting so worse is because they are not actually fixing homelessness. They're actually attracting homelessness. It's the sunny South, man. They don't really have to sleep in cold weather. So I understand why a lot of homelessness would go there, but then they get all these programs that are enabling homelessness, which is kind of, I think it's evil because like, they are looking at a business and then they would blame other people for saying, hey, I don't want a safe injection site beside my auto store because it's going to lose business for me. Or they're saying, hey, I don't want to lose business because your auto site is feeding with my safe injection site. No. The homeless industrial complex is that they are just feeding off taxpayer dollars that they feel like is infinite amount of money. That's why they get so angry when they get their fundings cut. And they use words like, lives could be at risk if you stop the funding. The lives that are only at risk are their own, their livelihood. That's what they're really scared of. They want more homelessness because it feeds them. Not like, I don't want to say feeds them like they're a monster. They're a monster in like sheep's clothing. And it's a mind virus because you don't want to think people are just evil like this. Like what? Like the administrative assistant,
right?
Getting what, like $40,000 a year? She doesn't like. She will lose her job. It's the people at the top that are the ones that we need to watch out for.
Yeah.
And it's not even just the homelessness. It's every single aspect. Like how you said, the rail track. Which companies got those contracts?
Where did those billions of dollars go?
Did they get paid? And did they get kicked back? Just any single taxpayer any tax-funded program, just remember, it's not to help the problem. It's to just keep it going.
See, that's interesting because this brings me, this is reminiscent of, I would say a decade or more ago when we started to look into nonprofits. If you can remember, there was a big controversy years ago about Goodwill Industries and how the CEO of Goodwill, United Way, they were making over $1 million for a nonprofit. And when you actually broke down what they were making versus what we were giving, it was something like 10 cents out of every dollar actually went to the cause. And 90 cents of every dollar was going to pay the inflated salaries of these execs of these nonprofit organizations. The other interesting thing about the nonprofit angle is that it's not taxable, right? No. So I almost grew up thinking, because we put these nonprofits on a pedestal. Yeah. And we never really thought about who was using the nonprofit as a cover. We always just thought it was legitimate, and here's the money. It was like UNICEF, remember? Yeah. You give all the money to Bill UNICEF.
And Melinda Gates Foundation, stuff
Clinton
like
Foundation.
That.
We're trying to help kids, and we find out that it's just money laundering. It's not actually going to the cause at all. And if any is, it's a fraction of what they're bringing in.
And when when people did start figuring out a little bit of like how government was corrupt, the government tried to spin it being like, I don't know if the government like said this specifically themselves, but like remember you'd be like around this time of year, like February, and then you would see like celebrities just donating absorbent amounts of money, and people would just be like, it's a tax write-off, it's a tax write-off. Yeah, I get it might be a tax write-off, but they're saying that to distract us from the fact that why is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation getting government funding?
Right.
Why is the United Way getting government funding, but then they beg us for donations?
Right.
And so that, and like you were saying with the executives, like that's who I wanted to call out today, Chris Moss from London Cares. How much are you getting paid? Because like when I looked at the finances from London Cares, 2024, I don't know if, do you have it so she can see it? Because I don't know if I airdropped it to her. But I'll show you. In 2025, they made $7.2 million in revenue. And now they're asking for more money because the government is taking back more money. Why did you only spend $172,000 on participation support?
Where did the rest of it go?
Exactly.
Is it in an account?
It's public. It's public information. Just the only thing that's not public is her salary.
Interesting.
So that's why I wanted to. If you can.
I know that Canadians are concerned about your department approving supervised drug consumption sites across the country.
Yeah, not that video. The finances one. Did I send you that
Okay.
one?
Well, that's fine. We'll put it up. We'll put
Yeah.
it in. We'll add this clip in.
So yeah, so I'll
Post-production,
just say,
but,
so let's just say for some of her expenses, so salaries and benefits 1.4 mil. Altogether, they spent 4 mil. Okay, hold
on
yeah.
salaries and benefits, 4
Salaries
million.
and benefits.
So that's
4
already
million.
more than half of what their funding is. They've spent on benefits and salary.
Yep.
Okay.
Rent. Yeah. I
Benefits
guess
from the
they need to
from
get
the
their
government.
teeth fixed sometimes too. So
Yeah.
Sort of homeless.
Well, so wait. Why? I thought Jag Meat had a fucking dental care plan
have
for
no idea.
all
Yeah,
Canadians.
that one.
Why the fuck do we need? Why do they need it? Right? I thought that solved all those problems.
Yep.
Way to go, Jag Meat.
1.1 million on rent. Where are you renting? That's just 1 year. Do you know any place that does $1.4 million rent?
No.
I was gonna say. Like, I thought
Well,
they
to
were
be
just-
honest, that's my business, so I can tell you that's
That's normal
unless
for
they're
rent.
renting the fucking Taj Mahal, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, I was gonna say like whenever I go to government buildings or stuff, it's like in the middle of like a
You can-
plaza. and
Did you say
stuff.
$1
Buy an
million?
entire castle.
Over $1 million?
1.1 million in rent last year.
Do you know where the business is? I'm gonna look that up
This
after
is
and
just
see what, see
all
where
of
the
them.
office
So
is.
it's like it's like there's like 4 different offices. They all just put them together.
Well,
but-
that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to
Consolidate
maybe
the
we need
amount
to
of office
consolidate
space.
so that we have one space, so that maybe we're not spending $1.4 million on rent.
Yep.
Because really,
yeah, they
again,
have
this is my
one
area
that's
of
called-
expertise. Even a commercial building,
Yeah. It would-
5,000 a month in rent is very, very accurate, and maybe 8,000 if it's an extremely large
Yeah, exactly.
square footage, multiple levels, but that still doesn't come close. At those numbers, let's just hypothetically say $10,000 a month because it's the fucking Taj Mahal.
Yeah, but that's still
$180,000 a year.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a fraction of the 1.2 million.
It's ridiculous.
It doesn't even
It's-
make any sense.
It
That's
doesn't.
just rent.
It doesn't make sense.
And I will almost, depending on who the developer or the owner of the building that they're renting from,
Okay,
there might
one of
be
the
some other
building- They
connections
just
there.
say stuff like highly supportive housing. That's one. City of London, so probably an office in the city, like probably City Hall. 602 Queen Street, the freaking ghetto.
Yeah.
The one right across from.
Oh,
police
yeah.
station.
I
Is
know
that
the
the
building.
Infotech building?
No, it's the. It's like
That really beautiful house?
No, I think
No.
it's called.
That was beautiful?
My sister's place or something
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those like it's an old Victorian home that
Okay.
they just bought the whole place out.
Yep. And then destroyed it?
Not. I guess you could call tearing out the insides and ruining the whole
You for sure can.
historical stuff, destroying
yeah.
it.
And you know what? You want to hear something crazy about that? Let me just say, as again, I am a landlord, so that's part of what I do.
Yeah.
And if you want to change in Woodfield, so that's the area you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you have a home and you own it in Woodfield, and you want to take the wooden door that is original with the home,
Yeah.
and you want to put in a safe steel door that closes proper, and I literally know this for a fact.
Yeah.
That does not close because the latches from 1854 just ain't cutting it these days.
Yeah.
You want to upgrade your door, steel door for even just heat loss in the winter. You can not do that. I know a lady who's in her 60s that has a front door that does not close. You go to her house, any given time, that door will be open.
yeah.
No, open, because the wind pushes
for
it
historical
open.
purposes, or
and
what's that?
that's because it's historical wood field, and you cannot change that fucking door. If you had a built-in bookshelf, you bought a house and it had a built-in bookshelf.
Yeah.
If I want to rip that
shit.
bookshelf out and put new shitty shelves in, not allowed to do it. But these
city's
motherfuckers
allowed to
can go
do
in,
whatever.
they can buy a house that's next door to my house that's worth $750,000. They can rip it apart, destroy it, have injection sites, homeless people doing drugs, having sex, etc. That's fine. That's okay.
Yep.
But I can't change a fucking wooden door 2 blocks away.
It's because they want to be able to control any aspect of your life, any freedom that you want yourself. They want to have control over. But like anything, they want to be able to do whatever they can
Yeah.
do. They'll be like, hey, we are gonna expand this street, and we need to cut some of your lawn.
Yeah. Right.
Expropriating land.
Yep.
I'm sorry, there's nothing expropriating land like what they're doing in
Yeah.
DC.
Yep. Well, look
Thinking
at what
about
they
doing
did.
it in Hamilton too.
And what they did it a few years ago over in St. Thomas. They expropriated
Wait, are we talking
1,500
about the same
acres.
thing?
It wasn't for homelessness, but
Like to giving land.
Was
to
it
the-
giving it back
oh
to the
no,
natives?
that's a
Okay,
different
okay.
different thing.
So
That's
what
a
were they
land
doing with
claim
the
issue.
what were they doing with the 1,500?
I can't remember if it was for a like one of those EV battery factories or if it was
Okay.
for like some other industrial purpose.
That was
but
a good plan.
They
The,
did
EV
expropriate
battery that worked out well.
so well. But that's the thing. They expropriated the 1,500 acres over
Mm-hmm. Right.
in St. Thomas,
Right.
and there's like nothing being done with it.
Right.
Just so
So-
you know, we just dropped another $8 billion on making more
On
EV batteries.
yeah.
After we just
Ottawa
lost the
just said they're
Stellantis deal.
doing, they're doing like $8 billion to like build like what 140,000 EV batteries. After they said we're not going to mandate the EV thing, so it's like, what is it?
It's-
it's just this liberal government. I don't even call them a government. I think it's like worse than the mob.
Dude, it is the mob.
Yeah,
It
like-
is the mob. That's the thing.
It's the triads, basically.
I've been reading a book. Do you know David Icke?
Yeah, I've
Okay,
heard
so I've been
of it,
reading.
yeah.
He has a new book out. He wrote a book on 9/11. After 9/11, shortly after, and he's basically rewritten the whole book because there's so many more advances.
Yeah,
But he's correlating a lot of the mob and
With
the
Democrats.
early mob to the government, and I mean it just fits like hand in glove. I mean the government is literally I should say the mob is an extension of the government because that's what it is. It's who's in your pocket. What can you do for me? Me and you have our rules. The
Exactly.
peasants have their rules.
Was Kennedy a Democrat?
Kennedy was a Democrat.
Was Kennedy involved
But-
with the mob?
Yes, he was.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, he was.
Who would have thunk?
Yes, he was.
And ever
Although
since-
there are theories that
Oh, thank you.
the mob killed him.
The mob killed him. The Cubans killed him. Hey, man,
Israel
the
killed him.
CIA
Yeah.
killed him.
Right?
Hey, man.
But it's the same as Charlie Kirk.
All
I
that
can
mattered-
already name you
exactly.
3 different organizations
Yeah.
that had a hand in killing
Exactly.
Charlie
That's
Kirk.
what I was about to say. It's not. It doesn't matter about who killed him. It's just someone killed him,
Yeah.
and you guys are hiding something.
Yeah.
And it's always a cover up. They always want to cover up the truth. Like even with the trans shooter that happened, they want to cover that up.
Like in BC here the other day?
They were trying to cover that up.
Yeah.
Just calling them weird names like person with the shooter person.
Here's the interesting thing about
gun
that, because I
person.
got to be honest, I did get a headline the other day when it happened, and I just didn't even really. I was just like, I'm so fucking tired of this bullshit. I didn't even. Okay, and then it wasn't until yesterday that I actually had a look into it,
Yeah.
and it was funny because again, having no real knowledge of it, I read one article, and it said a female.
A female in a dress.
And I was like, a female?
Yeah,
Okay,
they
like
had to
that's
they had to specify
interesting.
in a dress.
knowing what I know about trans, I was like intrigued. I was like, okay, I'm sure that this is going to get interesting. Then another another related article, but a totally different writer wrote that it was a man. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I'm digging, and sure enough, it's a fucking guy, of course. And they're calling him a female.
Yeah.
Like it's absolutely
Exactly. It's just
fucking
a cover
insane.
up, and it's not even. It's just everything with this leftism ideology. Like I said it to him in the car. I was just like, they clinged onto a group of people that are psycho. Like I was saying, like,
so
I don't,
true.
I
That
don't
is
think,
so true.
Yeah. Like transgenderism and violence, you could say there's a correlation. I wouldn't say there's a causation though.
Interesting.
Like, I don't think being transgender causes you to be violent. I think a lot of the people that are transgender
Are psychopaths.
They were already
Crazy.
disposed to violence.
Yeah.
And they were all, it's just that
Yeah.
they changed. And
Yeah.
because they were uplifted by the only people that would have
Yeah.
accepted them.
You're right.
And the only people that would accept
You're
them.
right.
And so that's why, like,
And
Yep.
then getting on hormones, which alters brain chemistry
Yeah.
and whatnot. So you've already
But-
got mentally ill people
Yeah.
that are.
Yep.
exactly. But the
Getting
whole point
worse.
of this is, why is the liberal government coercing to a certain people, like even those people, like the group of people
Because the
that were
squeakiest
advocating-
wheel gets the grease, Ajax.
Exactly. You know, the reason why is because they don't want to lose a single vote, because they know they will lose. Like
Yeah.
the gerrymandering, the reason why they have to gerrymander is because they know they will lose.
It's true.
Like,
Well, it's
It's
because
true.
they have their own dedicated little army, it seems, that is going to vote for them no matter what they're going to do.
That's also true.
And that's it. And,
And
they're
that
going to
dedicated
cater
army.
to those
Yeah.
people.
yeah, and that dedicated
Yep.
army are
Yep.
psychopaths. They have TDS. So it's
Yep.
like, no matter what they do, they will always just go against it. So that's why, like in California, people are going to vote for Gavin Newsom because they're not voting for Gavin Newsom. You could put in the face of any Democrat, look what he's done to California last summer. Remember California back in 2019? Like, oh, those are the good days. What happened? I don't know, man. What happened? And then you show it to them, they'll be like, damn, that sucks. But who's on the candidacy? Oh, I vote with my feelings, so I'm just going to go with Gavin.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
He's a cool guy.
He looks presidential.
Yeah, he looks presidential.
I'm
He
not
talks
gonna lie.
presidential.
Hey,
he's
he's
got
the
he's
American
got it all going.
Trudeau.
Yep.
Yeah. What is...
Actually, that's fucking brilliant. He is
Yeah.
a little
He's
pussy
American
bitch.
Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, a
They all
little
were
beta
theater
pussy
kids,
bitch.
Yeah.
Theater kids,
Yeah.
probably. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, a lot of.
Well, I mean, wasn't he
He's
like
an act-
some kind
I
of
wouldn't say-
rich varsity kind of guy?
I would say that Ajax, finish it. He's an actor. Finish it.
yeah, because
He is.
No, because he was not a professional actor. Anybody from California, they all wanted to be an actor at
Yeah.
one point, and he just happened to get to the point where he's like,
How though? Do you know how? Ajax? Is it just by chance that he became who he was,
No,
or is he
it's by-
related to Nancy Pelosi?
no, you gotta fly to
is
an
he related
island.
to Nancy
I think
Pelosi?
There's an island called St. James.
Okay, fine, but is he
And I think
related
you gotta
to
go
is he
there.
related to Nancy Pelosi?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he?
Fact check it. Is Gavin Newsom related to Nancy Pelosi? I'm almost willing to bet my. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, no, because
I'm pretty sure.
That would just be a whole conflict of interest. There's
I'm pretty
no way
sure.
you would be able to.
It's not going to tell you the truth because it's fucking
Yeah.
ChatGPT
You gotta
is
ask Grok or
written
something.
by itself now that
But-
we know that they rewrite themselves. I'm telling you that he's related to Nancy Pelosi.
Second cousin twice removed of no.
Thank you. He is.
Married to Ron Pelosi, brother-in-law, former House Speaker.
They're related.
Okay. not by
well,
blood,
yeah,
by
there is that
related.
connection there.
They're
so-
related.
But that's because the Democratic the House of Cards is real. Okay, that movie was real.
You
okay?
don't get into it's why our friend here
Yeah, that's why I
did
was
not win. Okay? It's why I would not win.
Mm-hmm.
It's why I will never win because I don't have the bloodline. I'm not from that circle. You have to be it's pay to play. You have to be from the circle to play.
or Locke and Mark's
Yes.
step. Like
Yes.
a lot of the
They're-
people
they're-
aren't on
yes.
the bloodline, but they just will do the evil.
Well, those are the ones
just
that
to-
went to your little island.
Yeah.
The ones that aren't bloodline related that have to work a little harder.
Yeah.
They have to fuck kids on a camera to be blackmailed to get their spot. That's how it works.
But what sucks is like how and they coattail on our feelings, and that's why
Yeah.
they will still give this homelessness population more money.
Yeah.
That's
well, it's
why-
not even a whole lot of money. It's
Because-
not enough money to actually
50
get them
What do
away
you
from
think?
it.
What do you think about
What
these-
did I just say? Did I say
Yeah.
$25 billion?
Yeah.
20 Elora, please. 25 billion
The problem
divided
is
by 180,000 billion divided by 180,000. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is how much money could have been, would have been allotted to a homeless person. And you tell me if they can't turn their fucking lives around. If any of that,
130,000 1,888.89.
I think that's million. I think you have a number off. I think it's $138 million a piece.
Per person or a piece?
Per person, you guys. If you
Where are
take
they putting them up?
$25 billion divided by 188,000 homeless in California, that leaves $134 million per fucking homeless person.
What I wouldn't do with even
Okay.
$1 million.
But listen, what
But
they wouldn't have done with 100,000.
Well, exactly.
Imagine if you took that money and you built, instead of EV bullshit fucking batteries that nobody fucking wants, and you built 10 drug treatment fucking centers.
Yeah.
Okay. And each one of those guys gets 50 grand to go into treatment, which is more than enough money. I've seen the stats on that. And then they get a check. Let's just say every month, because, hey, we don't want to give a homeless guy addicted to meth $138 million. So we're going to give him, once you go and do treatment, by the way, Ajax, you don't just get the money, okay? You have to fucking do something for the money. You go into rehab, you're clean, then I'm okay with that money saying, okay, here's money for housing, or your housing is paid for 12 months. You get free housing for 12 months, get on your feet, but the benefits have to have an end date. That's the thing.
And there should also be mandatory drug testing as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, not even
And
just
don't
drug
tell me that those people can't get back on their fucking feet if we give them treatment, not drugs, because they need treatment. We give them housing, help them with jobs and training. I just
And mental health supports throughout
Yeah.
the whole
Absolutely.
duration of being in the program. of
there's
that, right?
more than enough money, with that said, that we could have solved, or I should say they could have solved that problem. Now relate it back here. We're doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
We're giving all of these community services millions of dollars that they're putting in their fucking pockets.
Yep.
As
And
we
then
can
they're
see.
hiring more administrators so they can get more money, and then they're not actually solving the issue. They're not expanding their services. They're not expanding their buildings or the capacity with which they can actually help homeless people or provide treatment for drug
Yeah.
addicts.
Yeah.
Have
Because
you ever heard of them say, hey, the government's like, hey, we're doing our yearly funding. How much do you guys need this month? Have you ever heard them say, we're actually doing a good job? Like,
Yeah.
no, they're not.
like we've ended
Yeah.
this. Like, stop.
Yeah.
We don't. No, they will always be like.
That's
you
exactly
just
right.
Give them the budget, and then they will always exceed that budget.
right.
And then the next year they'll be like,
They're talking themselves out of a job.
Well,
Exactly.
If they resolve the issue, they're out of work.
And then they'll make excuses like, oh, we need more money because we need to maintain these buildings that we have.
Right.
But they don't actually maintain them.
Right.
Or they just do the most like shoddy, piss poor job that you could possibly do.
Yep.
Like, we're just going to slap it all together and hope for the best, right?
Yep.
So
that gets to the core of humanity. Then,
yeah,
like
they're exploiting it all. They're exploiting
But, like,
the
I don't
homeless
wanna- I
people,
don't
the
wanna
most
blame
vulnerable.
Everything like anybody that got that 1.1 million or whatever they're paying in 4 million in salary. Not every single one of them I would say is evil. I'm saying
No,
there's,
some
like-
of them are single mothers making $40,000 a year being an
Exactly.
administrative assistant.
Because
So-
they want to help people
But then,
and they don't
but
realize.
then when they go to a board meeting and the board meeting saying, "Hey, we're getting a funding cut, so I need everybody to sign a petition and go to City Hall to say that we need more money." Like technically in their heart, they're like, I want to help. I want to help.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, if I lose this job, I can't get it. But there are people like Chris Moss, like, where is this funding going?
Yeah. What's your
And-
salary, Chris? We want to know.
Yeah, so
We'd
it's
love
like
to know.
it's like I don't want to say like all these Democrats are evil. They just know how to get the stupid people to do their marching steps.
Yeah.
Because
And they know how to exploit some of the most vulnerable people in our communities.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what it is. They're exploiting the homeless people and the homelessness crisis, which
Bro, I seen
their
this-
buddies up in higher echelons of government are contributing to.
Bro, I went to this protest and there was like a communist faction of the protest.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys, he was all masked up. He was standing beside a guy who was clearly developmentally disabled, spewing why communism was good. And I was like, yo, you're a pawn, bro. Like, what is going on? So
I can't
you're
stand
right.
people like
Like, but that was just towards the extreme. A lot of people are, they run by their feelings, and you don't want to have to like put a lot of facts in front of people's faces because
It's called revanchism.
Yeah.
It's the manipulation and exploitation of emotion for control purposes.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
It's really fascinating. It's like if you had a huge, big, fat person, and they're like severely obese, are you going to feed them more fast food?
No,
Or
I'm going
do
to put him
you-
on Victoria's Secret.
Well, now they would. Now they would. They'd be like, "Yo, bitch, you're a new fucking cover model."
Right.
But like, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to keep enabling them.
Exactly.
Right? And that's what we're doing with
that's where-
homelessness. Most homelessness, not every homeless person is addicted to drugs. That is not true. I'm not saying that.
And
But
it's
there-
not even because of drugs that they end up homeless in the first place.
But it is I would say in London, in the areas that I see, which is, the downtown core, that's kind of where I focus a lot of my work. A lot of them are seemingly on drugs and homeless.
Most of that actually happens after they become homeless, because once you become homeless, you become hopeless. Once you become hopeless, nothing else really matters. And then when someone offers you drugs, you're just like, sure, why not? My life ain't worth living anyway, right?
Right.
So you just end up in
Right.
such a bad spot where you're just like, I just give up. I'm just going to do drugs anyway, because
Interesting.
everybody's
No, I think
accusing
that's- I
me,
think you're
including
right.
Doug Ford, is sitting there like, oh, you're lazy, just go get a job, right?
Right.
Or, oh, you're an addict, and that's exactly why you got onto the street. And that's not the case. Like, I had to deal with that myself with my own experiences with homelessness. Like, everybody was accusing me, like, oh, Brad's on drugs. Brad's on drugs. That's why he's homeless. He doesn't want to do anything else but drugs. And it's like,
So you were never on drugs?
not until later into my homelessness.
Not until when you were homeless.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Not until later into my homelessness.
So why can you tell us, like, are you comfortable telling
Why I
the
was
listening
homeless?
audience what happened and why you went, like, what?
Divorce.
Oh, interesting.
Well, separation from my ex-wife, and then there was a few other factors that I don't really want to get into, but I was basically forced out of the home. So I ended up just like couch hopping a little bit, took over an apartment from a buddy, but I was having issues with like holding down a job because, my life
your
was very
life is kind
disorganized.
of in shambles at this point. Your wife's
Exactly.
kicked
And
you
so
out,
there was a
so-
couple of times where like, okay, yeah, I was a little bit late, or I locked my keys out of my apartment one time, and then I got fired and then couldn't pay my rent the next month because I couldn't find another job because I was in a very small city, Woodstock. So there's not a lot of jobs out there. And then I lost that place, and it was like, oh, well, now I'm just kind of struggling for anywhere I can live, right? And then eventually I ended up homelessness, and right. It's,
And then that's when you got, and then that's when you.
later into that. So I was,
Interesting.
my ex-wife and I separated in 2014, and that's when I moved out. And then by late 2016 is when the drugs kicked in. I was living out of my van. Met a girl, probably was a terrible position to be in to meet a girl. She started off as a civil engineer. Then she left her job. We moved down here living in my van, which I don't know why we did that. That was really dumb. And
She must have really liked you.
apparently.
She must have really. You must have a big dick. 'cause
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if that'd be something that I'd be into. But
Well,
she must have really liked you.
she was blowing up her own life at home, and
Yeah.
she was into drugs. I didn't really know it at the time. And then, so we moved down this way, and then she decided, well, I don't want to go back into civil engineering. I want to be a stripper.
Oh.
And so that's
okay.
how that ended up. It started as stripping, and then she ended up like doing stuff in the VIP rooms, and then eventually that wasn't enough, and there wasn't enough traffic where she was
Interesting.
over at Sticky Nicky's where she was working.
Shout out to Sticky Nicky's.
Yeah,
Whoop, whoop.
Sticky Nicky's. But
Interesting.
Yeah, and then after that, we ended up living above
Sticky
Gold
Nicky's is a
Diggers.
beautiful place, okay?
Beautiful place. guys, don't
ladies are
knock
beautiful.
it. Don't knock it. The talent at Sticky Nicky's is top notch.
The wings are.
It's as good or better than the Beef Baron.
Okay, well that's saying something. What about solids? Is it above solids?
Ooh, Solids was pretty good.
Solids that was classy.
we
Standing
were
solid
Classy
right now.
joint.
I lived
Classy
over.
joint. Yo, I went there one time. I'm gonna tell you a quick story
I was
about
above
solids.
Gold Diggers,
Okay.
and that's where she worked.
I went to Solids one night with a bunch of cops, and one girl came over to the table, and she got on the table, and she started to shake her ass on the table, and the one cop put his hand over his cup, Like he didn't want anything from inside of her shaking out into his cup. And she got so pissed. She turned around. She's like, "You're a fucking asshole." And I'll never forget. I think I've told Jen this story, but walking away, her ass looked like 2 hams from the grocery store. I'll never forget it. I was like, "Whoa. Like, this is supposed to be the classy joint in town? Like, this is bad. This is bad."
London's not a place for strippers.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even the place to be homeless. So like if you like
Yeah,
one
right.
one little like missed car payment or one little rent payment puts
And
you on the
you
street,
are fucked.
right?
So okay, so you're living in a van down by the river with the ex
Yeah.
engineer stripper.
Yeah.
And what so now what happened?
I was trying to get her away from drugs. She agreed to get away from drugs, but with the clientele that she was dealing with and the job that she was dealing with, that was a very common thing. So I was trying to stay away from all of that because I'm not big into drugs. Like I didn't really do a whole lot other than like parties here and there. You know, like
Yeah.
someone offers you a bump, you do a bump, right? And
No,
that's
but
it for the
maybe
night. Well, no,
okay.
no. This is okay. That was my attitude when I was a much younger man. When I was like 19, 20, it was like, yeah, I'm free. I'm out of my parents' house. Let's do a party, right? Like, but I mean, but for the most part, I just barely even smoked weed, hardly ever drank, right? So, but what did it was like we got into a bit of a wrestling match because I was like, no, we're not doing the drugs. Like, get the frick out of here. Like, we're trying to get our shit together. And she's like, come on, you got to try some crack with me. Like, you can't knock it until you tried it. The first time I looked at her after the first hoot and I'm just like, don't ever bring this around me again because all I want to do is this.
Okay, so I can attest to that because when you said offer me a bump and I'll take it, I never took it, okay? Until I'm like 28 years old, I'm at work one day and a guy I work in construction, big rentals, like apartment building, whatever. And one of the site supervisors asks me if I want a bump. And I was like, no. And he's like, you ever done it before? And I was like, no. And he was like, just have one. And I was like, fuck. Okay. So I have one. And for 2 weeks, I called that guy every day.
Yep.
Asking him for more.
Yep.
And thank God. I mean, I always say thank God he never did. But at the same time, you never should have given it to me.
Well, yeah.
Like that would be the number
Exactly.
one thing would be to not, when someone says no, not to like push it on them.
Misery loves company.
But thank God he would not give me anymore. I didn't really know where to get it. So it faded quickly. I fell back into my weed and I went to bed happy.
Yeah.
But for 2 weeks, it was all I thought about.
Yep.
So I can honestly say that I understand that feeling.
And being locked in
And if I didn't have a
tiny
house
little hotel
and bills, and if I didn't have a career and things weren't going well,
Yep.
maybe I
You didn't
can
have something to lose.
understand where
absolutely.
you're coming from and saying, my life is fucked. It's nothing. I have nothing to live for. Why
Exactly.
not? Why not feel good?
Luckily, it only
that's
lasted
why.
about 9 to 10 months of my life, and then it just got to a point like I had moved all over. I was living up in Bracebridge at the time, and like I was trying to get away from the drugs. Got a job with somebody I knew who kicked me out of his truck into traffic in front of my place instead of waiting to turn into the driveway. So I got ran over by a truck. I was on opioids and whatnot, so that just kicked all the addiction right back in. And then I just
right.
got
There
sick
we
and
go.
tired of the itches and the nods and whatnot. And then I was just like, screw it, I'll do crack again. That lasted for a couple of months. And then I was just sitting around. I was homeless. Sitting around with a bunch of people in a room just doing drugs. And I'm just kind of looking around and I'm like, this fucking sucks. And then I just like divvied up my drugs. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to rehab. Bye.
Interesting.
Then spent about 4 months.
So
on,
I'm curious. I don't know this. Is it free? Did you have to pay for rehab?
Nope.
I don't.
No, the only rehab that you have to pay for is like those really high-end
California
places.
ones where the Hollywood stars go.
Yeah, or like the 1,000. I think it's a little bit more these days, but like $1,000+ for an entire year to stay at Teen Challenge.
Okay.
Right, Teen
I-
Challenge,
yeah.
awesome.
I gave my 1991 Dodge Caravan to Team Challenge.
Nice. A buddy of mine's working there right now. I went to the one up in Sault Ste. It's closed down now, but up in Sault Ste. Marie, and then I worked at the one in Alberta.
Okay.
So
So you were able to go to rehab, get clean.
yeah,
and then
that was
turn-
at Quentin Warner House
Okay.
in 2018 that I ended up getting clean. It was about a 4-month journey, basically planes, trains, automobiles, going from Muskoka down to here again. to get into the rehab that I chose to get into.
Yeah.
And I was there for 3 months, and there was a couple of very minor relapses along the way, but after a couple of years, it was just like,
That's part of recovery.
well, exactly. I'm just like, this is fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah.
why is it that, oh, hey, something bad happened in my life, or, oh, I got dumped. Oh, my heart's broken. I'm going to
Yeah.
go spend $150 and spend 12 hours in the bathroom staring at a freaking crack pipe.
That's why I
Right.
was about to say, like, I'm so against with these safe injection
Yes.
sites or warming.
And
I don't want to
that's
seem
a huge
evil
contributing
and say
factor.
that like warming centers should be shut down, but like
If it's attached to a safe supply site,
and
it
not
should
even
be.
just that, the people that are going to be needing warming shelters are probably homeless, right?
Yeah.
And say if like just like hypothetically, if I get kicked out of my apartment, landlord throws all my stuff outside, and it's the middle of winter, and I go to a warming site. I'm not on drugs, but I go to
Right.
the warming site,
You
and
will
people
be.
are just products of their environment.
You're
So
right.
if I'm going there every single day,
Yep.
same time to get warm,
Right.
either I'm gonna fall for temptation, or someone is going to see me as a victim or vulnerable, and they will be able to exploit me. And
Right.
that's why, like, I care about homeless people, but the way we're going about saving it is
Right.
not.
The way we're treating it is completely ass
Exactly.
backwards.
Well, you remember when they had the
Yeah.
the portables over by the men's mission downtown?
I do.
And then that
Because
got burned
lived
down?
we lived there.
Okay, yeah, and it got burned down?
Yeah. Well, we didn't live in the men's mission.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that.
Let me clarify. I don't have a dick.
So that actually all developed out of a conversation I had with my OW worker when I was in rehab at the time. I sat down. I mean, I'm taking a little bit of credit for it now because they actually took a lot of what I suggested. But in the moment, I went down anonymously. Sat down for like an hour and a half with my OW worker talking to her about my ideas, which was, provide them temporary housing. Teach them how to take care of themselves, take care of their home, get the mental health supports while they're there. After like 3 to 6 months of that, get them into a job placement.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's
Or-
where I push back, though. That's where I push back. You can't. Not everybody wants to be saved.
No, and that's the thing. Not everybody wants to be
Majority of them
sick.
don't want to be saved.
So what do
No,
you think?
crazy.
What do you think then?
Three
Those are
options.
his solutions. What do you think? Like if
Like along the same lines, yeah. If they are salvageable, put them in like some type of program.
There has
help
to
them
be
get a
stipulations
job,
as
and
to-
stuff like that.
Yeah.
If they're not salvageable,
how do you determine
Either-
what's salvageable? Just out of like what do you
Willingness. Like,
Willingness?
here is
Are
what
they
you
doing- are
need
they doing
to
the
be in the
fent ban?
program.
are they doing the what?
the fence
Yeah.
bent.
So wait, that's not salvageable if you're doing the vent.
I know very few people who have gotten away from fentanyl, but yeah.
It's,
I just don't think you can
Okay.
integrate that into society.
No, a lot of people when they're on fent, they want to stay on fent, and
Yeah.
nothing you do. Like I know people who have gone through extensive programs, gotten into housing programs and whatnot, and then just ended up right back on fent and then OD'd. Right.
Oh, wow.
So fent is a whole different ball game. But if it's like crack, if it's like meth,
Yeah, like, you can-
coke,
you
but
can
I thought
say-
that the fentanyl was safe and effective because we were giving it out to people.
I know,
Like,
I
why
know,
would our
right?
government be giving a drug to
well, look
people?
at the Oxycontins too. Like when that was going around.
Right. And I know, and I'll tell you something quickly. My brother in the 90s got addicted to Oxycontins because he had a knee problem, and that's what the doctors gave him. And he didn't know any better. Nobody knew
stink
any
bug on
better.
ya.
I wouldn't.
Nobody
wouldn't
knew any
blame him
better.
because like it was that one company that was pushing it.
Yeah,
And every
Boston or
doctor
something.
for
Yeah.
every amount of
Yeah.
pain was
Yeah.
pushing it.
And so I saw what happened in that particular instance, and that was my awakening to pharmaceuticals. So when I told you before, I've been awake for a long time.
Yeah.
Everything happens in stages. I wasn't awake to the whole world, but I was awake to big pharma.
Yeah.
In the 90s, I knew, and we used to
because it hit home.
because it hit home.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a family where I ate Tylenol and Gravel like it was candy, and Tums like it was candy. Like we had a whole cabinet full
That
of
shit kills more people than
dude,
anything in the
right?
world.
Right? And I used to just think like, because we didn't know anything about our nervous systems. My dad was fresh off the boat from Italy. He was like abusive. There was a lot of things that happened in my life that made
You guys
it
just
very
figured out lobotomies don't work.
right. So, like, I mean, I used to eat all that stuff like candy until I figured out, wait a minute, like, this is fucking wrong. Like, this shit's bad for you. The Tylenol murders. I mean, this stuff is not good for you. And that's not even drugs. Like, that's over the counter. And if over the counter stuff can be so bad, and they're giving everybody, no matter what their illness is, Oxycontins, this is fucking crazy.
Oh, you're in pain? Here you go.
Fast forward now, it's fentanyl.
It's the same playbook.
Same playbook.
Different area. Cause
Yeah,
like
different decade,
yeah.
same playbook.
They said it's okay for kids. Not they didn't say it's okay, but in the video I did want to play it. The minister's like, they asked him, is it safe for kids to? They asked two questions. Is it safe to have a safe injection site down the street from a daycare? And they're like, the province wants it. The province wants it. I don't know what you guys are saying, but the province wants it.
So we'll pause here and we'll insert the video. Okay.
Madam Speaker, yesterday Health Canada officials revealed at committee that there are no age requirements at federally approved drug injection sites. In fact, Health Canada revealed there isn't even a requirement for ID. That means minors can legally use drugs in these consumption sites under Liberal law. The Health Minister approves supervised drug injection sites through the Controlled Drugs and Substances Act. Why are the Liberals allowing minors to inject hard drugs under their watch?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, I thank the member opposite for the question. As a father of two young children, 15 and 17, I know how important it is to ensure that we think about the health and safety of our children and our youth. We'll work hard in ensuring that they are not in any danger of moving forward, and that's what we'll continue to do on this side of the House, and I really look forward to working with both sides of the House to ensure the safety of our young children moving forward.
The Honourable Member for Riding Mountain.
Madam Speaker, the Health Minister approves these drug injection sites. And her own officials confirmed there is no age limit to use them. That means a minor from a nearby school could walk in and legally inject fentanyl under this Liberal policy. If the Health Minister doesn't think minors should be injecting drugs at these sites that she approved, why doesn't the Minister stop them today?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, I welcome the member's question. I will work with him after the question period to find a solution with that member, and I thank him for the question once again.
And then another question that was asked was like, do you think people need ID to go into these safe injection sites? Even if it's not kids, I think anybody checking into one of these should have an ID. I need an ID to get alcohol.
Right.
I try to go buy a vape, they ID me. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, if I shave and go into the liquor store, like I'm getting ID too.
You can't get on a plane without a cell phone. So
Right.
in America, they said, hey, man, you can vote on which country we're going to bomb without an ID. And
Right.
here we're saying, hey, you can go into a safe spot where we have nurses injecting opioids into your body. So it's just the enabling of it, and it's just not helping, if you know what I mean. So, like, that's like...
It seems to me that...
So, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, you were saying, like, when you get into these situations and then someone offers you drugs, you would think it was crazy, right? If it's like somebody that's like down the street tweak and be like, hey, you want some drugs? Like anybody in their right mind would be like, no. But if it's somebody in a lab coat administering
someone you were taught to trust,
you're gonna
That's
be
interesting.
like, you're gonna be like, okay, say like you're down and out or like anything. They'll be like, hey, maybe this will help, and then we'll wean you off of it. And next thing you know, you're walking to the methadone clinic, and it's like. It's not all, and then, it's a lot of mental health. But I was surprised that they're actually paying for people to go to rehab. I was going to say, like, because technically we're paying for it. But then I kind of bit my tongue because I'm like, yeah, if they're going to go to rehab, I'll pay for that. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
Right. I think that is the most humane possibility that we can give these people. Is to have,
but they don't want it. The thing is, they gotta want it.
None of this lovey-dovey rehab.
No, I
like
agree.
we're
remember,
talking about
you don't
church.
remember this because you're too young. You do. Do you remember boot camps?
That's
Yes.
what I'm talking
Like
about.
Sally Jesse Raphael, Jerry Springer,
Oh, yeah.
right?
My parents
Montel
threatened to
Williams.
send me those all the time.
And remember the boot camp guy? There'd be all the
Yep.
bad kids on the stage.
Sergeant
Fuck
Slaughter,
you,
too.
Yes. And they'd be like, fuck you, mom, you're a cunt. And then the fuck.
I'm sorry, what did I just hear
Yeah.
from you, son?
Yes. and then they take them to jail.
Yeah.
Can you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Scared straight.
Yeah, scared straight.
And then
Yep.
once they're in jail, they're like, I'm sorry, mommy,
You're
I
like,
love you. Bring me home.
I don't want Bubba to come after my booty.
I'm gonna get your booty, Bubba.
Now,
You got a purty mouth.
Now, if you look where,
Why don't you put that around my dick?
now if you watch any Dr. Phil episode and these crash out teens, where do they send them? Some ranch to go play with horses all
Yeah.
day. It's
Right.
like, what the hell? They
Right.
didn't learn nothing.
Right. They learned that they were right.
You're Pavlov's dogging them into bad behavior.
Right.
Like, oh, you did something bad. We're going to reward you with pretty ponies now.
Right, right. No, that's true.
yes.
That's so okay. So we've established that we all sitting here agree that the humane thing to do is to try to get the salvageable folks,
Yeah.
Got to be voluntary. They
Into-
have to want it.
salvageable and voluntary, into some kind of a rehab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Go ahead.
I want to elaborate on what I mean by that, because
Okay.
like I have been in rehab before. My parents sent me to Teen Challenge up in Sault Ste. Marie because I smoked
No,
weed once in a while.
5150 them for sure.
But no, I've seen, and I worked over at the Teen Challenge in Alberta, just outside Calgary, and there were people that were in the program as a result of court order
Right.
for crimes. And like, oh, well, you're addicted and doing crimes, so let's see if we can take care of the addiction. Didn't work. A lot of them either dropped out voluntarily and ended up with warrants out for their arrest.
Do they corrupt the good people that are there to try to get better? Do you find?
Not necessarily. I don't think they actively try, but those relationships certainly can form. Like when I was there in...
You wouldn't know how many stories I hear about people who went to AA and they start fucking and drinking.
well, yeah.
Like, you
See,
know,
that's what I'm worried
So my
about.
brother
You
went
get the
to-
ones that
they're
don't
in-
want to go.
They're all in the
Yes.
same room together.
Yes.
Well, and that's the thing. They don't want to be there. Somebody I know who initially he went to the Teen Challenge outside London. He was there. He left, but he was there on a court order. He left, got into some more trouble, and then he's like, okay, I legitimately want to do this program. And even he was saying, like, I'd rather be in jail than here.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I was about to say. The unsalvageable ones, the other two options are like 5150, like actual mental institutions where they can't leave,
Yep.
or jail. Because like,
But are you concerned though that when they go to jail that they're just getting more access to drugs in jail?
they are so out of reality that they don't know the difference between jail or the streets.
No, it's
Interesting.
Have you ever
Three
I
hots
wouldn't
and a cot, man.
I don't know. I've
Right.
I work at Victoria Hospital. Like I see some of these people that you just can't speak to them or talk or even have a conversation. They're too busy talking.
So do we
on the
give those
phone
guys
like
MAID? Do we put them out of our societal misery and just because I'm 100% against MAID, but hey, I don't know, maybe there's a time and a place for
I
it.
know there's an island on Manitoulin that we could probably just sprinkle them on and let them figure it out. We did that with the Australians, didn't we?
Hey, you know
They're all
what? Hey,
criminals.
let's
They're all
propose something to Trump about Greenland.
So funny. Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, just ice jail.
Right.
We're
We could do that here. We could just move them up to Nunavut.
We're too busy caring about grieving sovereignty, man.
Or like Ottawa. We could just move them to Ottawa.
Well, but yeah. Hey,
That's a
Yeah,
good
no, no, no.
idea.
Like-
Because actually, let's talk about that. Anyone ever been to Ottawa lately?
Not lately,
No.
but
Because I haven't. So I'm curious what the homeless situation looks like in Ottawa.
I was there in 2024, and I didn't
Was it
see.
beautiful?
It
Because
was
hey, maybe
gorgeous
that's
there.
the idea. Maybe we fucking bus them all up to Ottawa
Set up a tent city around
and set up a
Parliament
tent
Hill.
city up in Ottawa, and then maybe something might change. Because right now it's not in their backyard, so
Set
they
it
don't
up
give a fuck.
right on Parliament Hill.
Right?
let's just see what they do for the World Cup. Let's just see what they do for that. It's downtown Toronto.
Right.
If the international community is going to be coming to see
Right.
Germany versus
Right.
Ghana, I
Right.
guess, whatever.
Yeah, but don't you remember what your friend Gavin Newsom did when Gigi Ping came to San Francisco 2 years ago? Dude, that
you clean up your house when guests come, okay?
But the thing
Absolutely.
is all he did was
Absolutely.
relocate them and make the situation even worse.
Yep. They were all back 2 weeks
Oh, yeah,
later.
exactly.
It was
But,
just
like,
when
that's
his
the
motorcade
question.
came through, it looked
Where
good.
did they go?
Where did they go?
Exactly.
Probably out in the desert and
I heard a lot of
forests
them
and
got
the hills.
fucking
I
killed.
know. I started asking
Probably.
these questions because like whenever like Victoria Park, like especially in the summer, every weekend in London there's a festival going. Have you been in Victoria Park when the festival's not there?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting. Where do they
that's
go?
been rough for
I
a
don't
long
know.
time.
I don't know, but they like a lot of them pool at the entrance of Vic Park,
Mm-hmm.
but like that's not all of them. And how are you convincing them to not?
That's a good point.
Do anything?
That's a good point.
Oh, you're convincing them because you are paying them.
Interesting.
Not like you're paying them like you're giving them checks or something, but like
If you don't cooperate this weekend,
Yeah.
when I come in here Monday morning, you guys are
Yeah.
getting fucked up the ass.
anybody here, we know because
We know who you are.
Every cop knows. What
Yeah.
they are,
Oh,
every
yeah.
single
Yeah.
one of them. So they're gonna. Be
That's
like-
interesting.
So because why can't they do that with any? Why does it have to be authoritarian?
Well, yeah, and isn't like I remember something about the London police chief admitting that like, yeah, we see people doing drugs on the street all the time. We don't
yeah,
bother
yeah,
with it anymore. Like it, and
But
it's
you
just
know
like
why they don't bother with it? It's not. Don't blame the police on that one.
wow.
The reason
part
why
of
they
that.
don't bother with it anymore is because they'll go arrest that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put him
and
in
then-
jail.
Yep.
And 30 minutes later, he's patrolling the street like,
Yep.
what?
Bail.
Yeah,
Like, how?
It's true. It's pretty hard to be.
So, and then
yeah.
it demoralizes you. It's just
Absolutely.
like, what am I even
but
doing?
if you're not one of those people and you commit a crime and you end up having to go through court, you probably get screwed.
You know what?
They'll throw the book at you.
You know what? I'll tell you a little quick one about a guy that I know that got a DUI. Now, you're driving with alcohol in your blood. I used to work in that industry as well, and I know for a fact that whole blood alcohol level was a trick. Okay? The rule should have been, we're changing the law. You can now no longer operate a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol. That should have been the law. Okay? Instead, they said,
We'll give you a little bit. A little.
Yeah, we'll give you a leniency.
and it all depends on height, weight, size, how much,
Exactly.
right? Nobody's the same. Everyone's different.
Andre the
Okay.
Giant, we passed
Did I
every
eat
single
anything
one.
today? Did I have lunch? Did I have a beer on an empty stomach? Everything makes everything different. Okay. So here's a guy who owns a very, very, very good business in London, employs 4 people, services the community, stand up guy, no criminal record, no past, nothing. Okay. Goes out after work, takes his guys out for some wings and beers, driving home. Can see his house. Gets pulled over. He's in that fucking range. Okay?
yeah.
So the cop has a choice. Cop can say, if he wants, he can say, you're within the range. I'm gonna watch you drive home. You better watch the fuck out. Or he can pull out his fucking big fucking dick badge and he can say, I think you're gonna go in. I think
here's
I'm
the
gonna,
book.
Yep, I'm throwing the book at you today.
Yep.
Okay. So then that guy has
So much for being truthful, because like
Right?
he's probably like
He
the cop
was.
is
He
like,
was
Hey,
honest.
had you have any drinks today?
Yep.
Yeah, I had maybe
He
2 or
was.
3.
He was
or
honest.
He could have been like, no,
Yep.
no.
Yep.
Because nowadays it's gonna stop people from being honest. Like, wait a
Absolutely.
minute, I thought I was allowed. You guys said
Yep.
it. I have to have 0.02 or something. Nope.
It's crazy. So then he has to get a lawyer because he can afford it. So he's going to get one of those, lawyer guys that do the DUI thing. Going to get it knocked down a bit, get whatever he can get
Did
kind
they
of
do
thing.
news articles about this back then? Because nowadays every DUI that happens is blasted on the news.
Right? I don't, this was recent. So no, he
Yeah.
didn't get blasted. But the way that he was treated, okay? And I'm just like, man, this is so fucked. I mean, we have guys that are raping and B&Es, aggravated assault,
Home invasions.
They go in and 12 hours later they're out and it's all over. And this guy's got
And
like
it's free bail. It's not even, there's
Yes.
no cost to bail.
and it took my friend, a year and a half to get his license back, which again he was required to have for work. So like all that for that, but all these other fucking crimes that you can commit because you're homeless, you're just
Or a minority.
You're just it's fine. It's just such a fucking fucked up
It
mess
is.
that,
It's
that we have a guy that's serving the community that makes one fucking tiny mistake
And it ruins his life.
And it could possibly ruin his life. And then you've got Mohad Jihaha, who fucking raped and murdered 3 people, and he's out on bail.
Yeah, and what sucks about that is because those are federal crimes, and then DUIs are like provincial.
Yeah.
Those are like tickets.
Municipal.
And stuff.
Well, actually, DUIs can get up to the federal level as well,
if you
depending
got
on
drugs in your car.
well, circumstances too.
Yeah.
If
And
you get into an
hit somebody,
accident and stuff like that,
Right,
'cause-
right.
But you got to think about I don't know who our criminal minister or crime or whatever it's called, but
Is it Sean Fraser, or did he move
I don't
to
know.
another
They
one
suffer
now?
them
Yeah, I
every
know.
6 months, so it's just there's no
okay,
point.
yeah.
It's like that one that shouldn't even be a thing. Like you should, if you are going to be the minister of health, you should be healthy. If you're going to be the minister,
you don't like our new minister of health?
I don't know. She said it was
I think
healthy
she's
for
under.
Yeah, she said
I
it
think
was
she's
healthy.
under 400 pounds.
Oh my god.
So I don't think she's that fat. Like
Hey,
maybe
at least
350.
At least it's not the Wales minister of health.
She does wear a hijab though, so I think that qualifies her because she's Muslim.
Oh, the former something Block, the former UK Minister of Health. That
Oh no, she's still the minister of health. She's just this like bloated,
Yeah, she's just a big
overweight-
fat-
Yeah, she looks like a raisin. If you know.
Yeah.
she looks like Baron Harkonnen.
I don't know who that is, but I want to
Dude.
know.
I don't even want to
know who it is.
Dune.
Who is that?
Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah,
he's
who
like
is-
the main antagonist against the
So if he's
Atreides
an
family.
antagonist in a
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic,
Right?
And
he's
he's
ugly.
just
Okay.
very
okay.
rotund.
Okay.
But
Good
Okay.
movie, by the way.
yeah, when it comes to the enabling, it's like you're not going to fix anything. You're not going
Right.
to fix anything. So, but they don't want to fix it because the government needs these paychecks. They need these programs to keep. You don't want to end a program. It's like when they made property taxes. They said the only reason they're doing this was to
Fight the war.
the war effort.
And then we're gonna
Yeah.
go back to normal
And then
after.
income tax and all that. Yeah.
So it's like that. They're never going to walk back on anything.
Right.
Because
No.
it profits them too much.
So okay, can we get back to like the industrial, the
Yeah.
homeless industrial complex?
Yes.
And talk about how basically there's absolutely no money going to the actual cause, and all of the money is going to these organizations and to the head honchos behind those organizations.
CEOs.
Exactly.
COOs.
When I was going through the
board.
finances, I don't know who they inquired for security, but they spent $400,000 in security.
So are we talking about the care home?
This is just the care because there's
this is
also
just the care.
there's other programs that are just
But is that
like
still
this.
from that organization in London that you're talking
Same
about?
organization.
And what's it called again?
London Care?
London Care. Okay.
It's like book of it's like 1984 when they say care. when
Yeah,
it's not
it means
care.
like death.
Yeah.
Yeah. London Death. London Death Center.
Might as well
for
be.
hopelessness.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
We're
in total,
giving
yeah.
hope to the hopeless. No, you're giving hopelessness to the hopeful.
Yeah.
In total, they were
Exactly.
like they said in total revenues 7.216.665, and then they spent 133.309. And let's see what they're actually. And like I said, participation support 171,000. What has anybody like spoken to any of these people? Because like, what is this? What is participation
Who's getting care?
support?
What's the care?
What is it?
Does London care? What's the care?
Well,
So far, I don't see any money going to the
I
homeless.
forget all of the other stats because I mean, working in rehab, you.
Because I was gonna say I
kinda
can read
keep
what
apprised
their
of that stuff.
I can read what after you're done, but like I want to read what their reasonings for.
But in
having
order
these
to get
checks.
one person off the street, even halfway successfully, it's going to cost that $170,000.
Yeah.
just the one person.
Yeah, just for the
Yeah.
one person.
Right.
And they're trying to distribute this amongst how many people? Like,
think
we don't
there's
even have an
like-
accurate number of
We don't,
homelessness in
no.
London.
I did a video on how many homeless people there were. I don't think it's 80,000, but it's a
Well,
number.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah,
think
it's a
we're
number.
crawling up there because
Really? I have to be honest with you guys. I'm mind blown by that.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
the
wouldn't have
equivalent
thought
of
it
an
was even-
entire
Yeah.
riding.
Sorry?
that's
Are you
that's
talking
the-
about 80,000 homeless in London West?
Not
all
not
together,
west, but
London-
like it's the
London
equivalent
as a
of an entire
I see
riding
what you're
of
saying.
people.
I see what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Right?
So,
Like-
so you guys are saying that it's a possibility that there's approximately 80,000 plus homeless people
Yeah.
in the London area.
Let
Well,
me
and with
just
it
make
being the forest city, they're able to hide out in all the forested areas.
Yeah.
It used to be you'd walk around any forested area and see like one to 3 tents.
Toronto has 80,000. This is just 2,000.
Oh, okay.
But
I was gonna say.
yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say.
But
there's-
2,000 people in a city of 400,000
Is still
is
You're
a
gonna
quite a
astronomical.
high
divide
number.
170,000. That's just the one program.
yeah.
Because a lot of these homeless people bounce from program to program.
Well, because if you think about how many people are in Toronto and you divide those numbers, it's probably pretty equivalent.
Well, then you look at the Ontario Works amount of money that people get. The maximum you can get is just over $11,000 a year from Ontario Works. What's that going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
I can't even rent a room for that.
No, you can't because that's what I do. And I mean, for a 1-bedroom apartment now that's decent, minimum $1,200.
Oh, exactly. The apartment I moved out of last year, the rent went up to $1,500,
Yeah,
and I had
Yeah.
moved in there just before COVID. So,
right.
like, that's ridiculous.
And what were you paying before COVID? 1,000?
1,100.
1,100? Yeah, exactly.
For a 2-bedroom, 1,100 square foot.
2019 was a good year.
It was a good year.
But
2019, 20, right at
I
the
went to
beginning
Nicaragua.
of 2020.
It was a good year.
But yeah, with
Yeah,
the,
so
with the
interesting.
complex, there's really the only thing you can really do is have like someone like Nick Shirley or like a Canadian version of that really expose it.
You're our Canadian version of that, Ajax.
I don't want.
You're the black Nick Shirley.
I know, because
You're the guy. You're the Sudanese getting the Sudanese.
Oh,
The Sudanese going after the Somalians.
You asked for it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Sudanese going after the Somalians.
I had another really terrible thing
no,
to
I
say.
would go crazy after the Sudanese because it's just the same thing. It's like there's so in every single, not I wouldn't say in every immigrant. Why is it majority of newcomers are all on the government tit? Like, you know what I mean? None, like they all come.
That's
Yeah.
actually a recent thing. I think that started.
It is recent because Asians. When was the last time anybody saw an Asian homeless person? Never.
No.
When was the last time anybody saw? And again, my family is immigrant from Italy. When did you ever see Italians on the street? Never.
Because
when did you?
When you guys came in like 80s, 90s?
No, 50s.
50s. Okay, even further than that. I was just thinking even for mine. Because with my mom, she was raised not the same way as a lot of these immigrants. 50s. There was no government handouts. You
No.
guys came here and
And they
told
had to
you
be
figure
sponsored.
Wasn't it
out.
They had to be
Harper?
sponsored.
I could be wrong, but I
50s?
think it was.
No.
No. I'm talking about like why they get subsidies from the government now.
No, that was all liberal government.
It was?
Because Harper had balanced that budget in 2008. I don't.
Yeah, but he also increased the immigration numbers as well.
Yeah, that's possible. But whether or not he gave handouts, I don't know. I'm not saying he didn't.
I think he might have
It's
been
just-
in the process of changing the rules. I can't
Usually
remember.
that's
I
a-
did research this one time.
Usually that's a liberal thing because I am just saying he did balance that budget that year, and you're not going to balance a budget by giving fucking.
because they sold a lot of our gold reserves.
Well, yeah, that's true too. That's true too. You're absolutely right.
And then
he
they
hired
made
Carney.
the housing
He
market.
hired Carney.
Yep, they made the housing market part of all that so that it could boost those numbers.
You're right. Yeah, he did sell the gold reserves. That's absolutely true. I had forgotten about that.
Thank you, Mark Carney.
Yeah.
Who, the French? 'Cause I remember
no,
the
he
French
just.
were
No, it
pissed
was
about
China.
gold. Oh,
China bought up pretty much all
here's
of
the
our
thing,
gold
that's,
reserves.
That's actually crazy because that was
The
happening
FIPA?
in the 90s, right? When the gold reserve got found out. All of these handouts started coming after Pierre Trudeau came back from China. What do you think
Are you talking
about it?
about? Sorry, like Pierre Elliott.
Pierre
Okay.
Elliott Trudeau?
Okay.
He was the first Canadian prime minister to meet a Chinese
Okay.
communist leader.
Interesting.
And he was like, I like it here.
Right.
And it's like, and so then that's why liberals have been all about liberal policy because
Yeah.
they're like, have you seen what China does? Everybody relies on
Well,
the government.
it is Justin Trudeau who famously said that he admires the Chinese
yeah.
communist government. He
Yeah,
did
the
say
basic dictatorship of China.
that. Thank you.
So it's like when they want everybody to be reliant on them, but they can't control everybody. So that's why they are buying votes. Conservatives are never going to win an election again. That's why it's like people
They're throwing the elections anyway.
Look,
so
I
it
want to
doesn't
ask you guys.
matter.
I want to ask you guys an honest question, and I'll tell you before I ask the question. I will preface this by saying that, and I don't mean to be rude because I know you ran for PPC, but I'm just saying the election prior to that, so the 2021, 22, remember that one? Okay, remember I just want to preface that by saying, remember the popcorn, the rocks throwing at Trudeau? Do you remember that? I just want you to know I was there. Okay, I didn't throw rocks, but they hit me in the head. And they were little
damn.
tiny pebbles, and I thought they were popcorn.
Yeah.
So when everybody made the big fuss about it, I was laughing because I was like, I got hit by those same rocks, and I was cheering.
Yeah.
But I was on the front page of the paper, so I just wanted you to know that. But that's when I was campaigning hard for Maxime Bernier, and there was a guy named Mike, I can't remember his last name, but he was...
Mike McMullen.
Okay, so that was the PPC candidate in London West, and a whole bunch of people. Like, we had a great rally. That's when I really feel like that was the straw that broke the camel's back, because I fell into that trap and I voted for Mike. Okay, here's what happened, and I should have known,
EDA.
but I didn't know.
It was the EDA.
Ariel Kayabega, cunthole face bitch, she got in with only a few hundred votes.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked back at that and I thought, motherfucker, that's all, every single PPC voter, that's our fault. We split that vote and we did. Think about it.
what I was
There's
just
no
about to
other
bring up,
there's
too.
no
I'm
other
glad
way
you're
about
saying
it.
this. I'm
She
glad
won
you're
by
saying
only a couple hundred votes.
Yeah.
That guy had 2,500 votes. If those people had have voted conservative, then that would never have happened. Ariel would not be in power.
Who was it for the conservative?
It was Dan O'Toole, that piece of shit loser. He was who was in charge, and none of us wanted to vote for him. I agree with you. I'm not denying that. It was a shit show of a fucking time, because Andrew Scheer just got kicked out. Remember, there was that big controversy about his kids going to a private school, and we were paying for it or some shit like that. So he got kicked out. We had this retard Dan O'Toole. He came in. Nobody liked him. He was saying retarded stuff. He was for the vax mandates. He was for the mask mandates.
It's all the same party.
So we all voted for what's his name, and then didn't work. Ariel got in, and so okay. Hold on, I'm not done. That was just my number one point. My second point now is that fuck you, fucker. Now I forget my second point. No, my first point was that how we split the vote. Okay, my second point is the last election. Now I campaigned very hard we live in Oxford County now, and I campaigned very hard for Arpan Khanna, who I've come to know and really respect and love. Okay, great guy. But after seeing how Polyev ran that election, and having been somewhat on the inside and seeing what was going on, I had the privilege of being in some of the meetings. We knew there were major problems, okay? We knew that there were, and there was people communicating. We need to get on podcasts. You're being offered to go on Joe Rogan, Patrick Bet David, you name it, he had the offer to go. Every fucking big name podcast, okay? He specifically said, we weren't planning on this. We don't have the budget for this to fly, down to the States, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. He also said, if we're going to be doing podcasts, we should be doing Canadian podcasts. But this is what he said. This is the caveat. But there's really no big Canadian podcasts that I could go on. Okay, so that's insult number one. Yeah. Because you know what?
And then he goes on Northern Perspective.
That's actually an insult to Jasmine Lane.
Right?
Also, that's
Right?
an insult to Jasmine Lane.
Or even
exactly.
Andy
So you
Lee.
have Jasmine Lane. You have now I'm not a big fan of God Sad, but he's got a big fucking podcast. He's out of Quebec.
Andy Lee is another one.
Yep. You have the Blender Report. I mean, there's a ton
Wiretap. You got the Gray Matter podcast.
Who's that other guy? The Kaylor Betts. What's his podcast?
Oh, Kian Bexty?
No. I know who that is, but this is a different guy.
Not familiar.
Kaylin Betts.
You know what he basically said then?
Anyway.
Like, he said this without saying it. Basically said, I need the CBC.
Yeah, basically. And the CTV.
But
He
was
got
my-
one with Vasi Capellos.
That's
True.
how he would have won.
But here's my question to you guys, because this is where I'm at right now. You're not going to want to hear it. You're not going to like it. I don't believe in any of it anymore. Okay? I believe that Polyev purposely lost that election at this point, because I can't believe that he tried, because having been in that realm and seeing what happened and all the people pushing him and telling him you need A, B, and C, and he refused all of it, I have to in my heart of hearts believe that he did that on purpose.
Well, look,
and that it's all planned.
Look at his
and
track
that there's
record.
no such thing as right or left, that there's someone on top, they make the fucking decisions. You're the fucking candidate. You're the fucking candidate. You're winning. We already know it. You keep your fucking pants on. You do what we say. We're going to let the media fucking blast you. You don't respond.
Yep.
Why wouldn't he have responded, Ajax?
Look at
what I think
Tell me.
because, that would be so smart, because if he lost it on purpose, he probably took Donald Trump losing the election in 2020 as like what is it called when you as an example,
a case study.
a case study to be like
Okay.
maybe the Canadians need to see the
How bad it is?
destruction it is before. But
I can
that's the
appreciate what you're
only-
saying.
yeah,
I can
that's the
appreciate what
only-
you're saying.
Look at his track record, though. Trudeau pushes for the vaccine. Pierre pushed harder, saying that Trudeau wasn't getting him in fast enough. Stuff
true.
like that. And then
That's
getting
true.
to the immigration thing, Trudeau was talking about, we're going to start deporting students that are here past their visa time. What did Pierre do?
We're gonna keep him.
Oh, no, stop the deportation.
He did say
right?
that.
Yeah, he did.
Because he's got his
And
Venezuelan
then-
wife.
Well,
And-
not
and
only
the
that, and all
Venezuelan
his Sikh cabinet ministers as
Absolutely.
well.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, I mean, he's got his
Yep.
Sikh cabinet.
So
He's...
do you think if they ever win, they would do anything different with homelessness?
No.
Fuck no.
You think they would just keep feeding this beast?
I don't
They're
know
going to
if-
be
I
the
don't
exact
know.
same thing if we vote the conservatives in at this point. And I mean, this is where I'm like...
So are you with me? Are you with me thinking that this is all a big giant fucking scam
We're-
and that there's no right or left and there's just an above and the decisions are made
It's
and no
us
matter what we
versus
do?
them now.
Right.
It is us versus
It's the peasants
them.
versus
It's
the
not
elites.
left versus
No,
right.
It's peasants versus elites.
I think
Yes.
it's more right versus wrong.
Well,
Well,
and that
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, like, now we're in a position where we're inviting China in, and we are increasingly becoming more and more of a security threat to the U.S.
Absolutely.
It is inevitable. The more that we get close to China, the more China has say and control over our industries. And even CSIS has admitted, like, since Mulrooney, we have had shit tons of Chinese interference in our politics, in every government, but all parties in the House.
Absolutely.
They are forcing, like, it's going to happen in this next term with Trump.
Yeah.
We are going to be in a position where we present so much of a national security threat to the U.S. that we will be annexed. It is inevitable at this point.
Yeah.
These things have been in
yeah.
motion
Yeah.
for so long.
Yeah.
Harper signed us up for with the FIPA. He went to China secretly, told nobody till he got back, signed deals with them, and basically said, we're selling all of our industry and resources to China for the next 31 years.
Right.
And then he also signed us up for Agenda 2030 with UN.
If
Absolutely.
this was like the 1500s, Canada wouldn't be a real country.
No.
Canada would have been.
We would have been taken over.
We would have been
fucking-
either a principality
Yeah.
or we would have been a vassal state or taken
like,
over entirely.
The reason why I'm saying that point is because I really hate when people go around saying that America is an empire, and it's like, okay, so they're doing a little bit of empire things now, where like they're like, I want Greenland or I want the Panama Canal, but most empires, all empires, they don't care if you call them an empire. They will just go do
Yeah.
it. They will just be like, if they wanted to, they could take Canada.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
Because
Optics.
no, not even just that. They're like, we let you be a country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to think, though, honestly, I used to think that, like, I used to consider myself not American, but like close to it. Like we were brothers and sisters. Like we were.
Well, being so
like,
close
we
to
were,
the borders,
I was
too.
proud of being
No,
close
we
to
always
America.
were.
I love America. Like I love the States. I would get out of this shithole fucking country in a heartbeat if I fucking could. I'll trade some of these weird fucking trans dykes that want to come up here and give up their fucking U.S. citizenship. Let's trade. Like I would love it.
If it wasn't for my kids being still here,
Yeah,
like,
right.
and they're living with their mom. Like if my
Yeah.
kids lived with me, whole different story. I'd be in the States already.
I would love to live in the States, but I used to think that we were a good partnership and we had a lot to offer each other. And then the liberal governments fucked that by saying we're not selling our natural resources. Like why we wouldn't be selling our oil and having that pipeline, the Key XL pipeline down to the States where they could refine. I mean, we have refineries. We could do all of it ourselves.
you got Dougie Ford threatening to cut off the power to him.
Like, give me a fucking break.
it's
like,
just
it's
insane.
like, and hold on a second. Let's talk about one more thing. NORAD. Okay, you guys are familiar with
Yeah,
NORAD.
yeah,
So that's up in Colorado. Okay, it's like a secret base in a mountain.
Is it?
where
I thought it was in like Alaska.
no, it's in Colorado.
Yep.
Okay.
It's in Colorado, and it's the secret base in like literally in a mountain. And guess who the partner is? Guess who's the partner of the Americans? It's us.
Yeah, it is.
It's us.
Yeah, it is.
Okay?
Because-
We're the fucking partners. So we have joint
I thought that was
military.
a trick question for a second.
No,
Me
we
too. I was like,
we
who
have
else
joint
is it?
military connections between the States and Canada.
Well, realistically, they
We-
are our defense.
Absolutely, but we work together. We had a good partnership.
So what do you think people are thinking when Carney was like, "We will fight America over Greenland"? What do you think people are actually
laughing.
thinking the people that vote for him?
Oh, I honestly,
they're loving it.
Honest
They're
to
like,
God,
yeah, screw the Americans, screw
I don't know what
Trump.
they're thinking
Yeah.
because I don't know how in the world they think that we have an army. We have tampons. We have tampons in our men's washrooms in the army. Do you really think that our fucking national forces can take on the Americans?
We don't even have air defense.
No.
We have man-portable air defense. We have little rocket launchers that we shoot into the sky. We don't have any.
No, we have the Americans. That's why
exactly.
we don't have a military.
That is our
No,
defense.
that's what I was about to say. Like, a lot of these European countries, they're like, NATO is starting to do drills in Greenland to help stave away the U.S. I'm like, isn't the U.S. NATO?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, what?
Well, the U.S. is pulling out of NATO, but I mean,
No, but I. You
Not
know,
that-
Yes,
not
they're-
to mention, but that's a
they're
really
the biggest contributor. I think what you're trying to say is
Yeah.
the United States is the biggest financial contributor to NATO.
right?
And the
then they'll
UN.
be like- and then they'll be like, no, we can, like, Denmark can guard itself. Us European nations, we don't rely on America for weaponry. We can protect Europe itself. It's like,
and how
then
many troops do they have
it's
in
like-
Europe?
No, it's like if you can protect Europe,
Yeah.
why do you need us for Ukraine?
Yeah,
And
right?
why did we have to
protecting
come into
yourself.
World War II? If you can protect Europe, why the fuck did Canada and the U.S. have to join in
that's
World
because
War II?
there is this warmonger named Winston Churchill that that tricked Americans into coming into.
Hey, well, that's called Pearl Harbor, fake Pearl
Yeah,
Harbor, right?
exactly.
That's 100% what Pearl Harbor was. It was a fucking fake intelligence. They had intelligence that Japan was coming weeks in advance, and they decided we're going to let this play out so that we have a reason to get the American people interested in going to war against fucking Japanese.
That didn't work. So then they were like, let's just carpet bomb our own towns.
Yeah.
And then we'll tell them the Germans do it.
But it did work. It did get the American people riled up, and it did send them off to the war. So it did exactly
Yeah.
what they wanted it to do. But I mean, again, where are we at? Who is with me that there's no right and there's no left? It doesn't matter. It's already pre-planned. Am I on my own out here on an island?
No, you're not.
Am I on Little St.
I've been
James
pulling-
Island alone?
There is some pushback.
Or is there somebody with me here?
I don't believe it's pre-planned. There is no right and left. I believe that, like, anytime someone does win an election, I believe elections are real, right? But whenever someone does win an election and then they do sit in the office, two men in black suits come in, slide them over a picture of JFK, say, we run the country, okay? And then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. For example, why didn't Dan Bongino expose the Epstein files? Why not?
What do you think?
Because of this.
Exactly.
Or have you noticed what he looks like?
I haven't been watching.
Is he the
his
same
thing
Dan
anymore.
Bongino?
I haven't been. After he left, I kind of like. I was
Well,
like, okay,
of
go
course,
do something.
nobody's watching him. He's retarded.
Yeah.
But I just mean I've seen clips of him being retarded,
look like him
and he doesn't
anymore.
look like himself. Either he's had an obscene amount of work done, or he's been cloned, / taken out and put in his
Or
replacement.
face mask.
Whatever, however we do it now, I don't know. I don't pretend to know, but I know
Or
that
just
I don't
face.
think that's the real Dan Bongino. I don't think that is. And
That's what I'm saying. Whenever someone good like that
Yeah.
does get into power, everybody was like, "Yo, Dan,
you're
is on our
right.
side."
You're right.
And
They
then
take
as
him into
soon
a
as they
room.
get there,
You're absolutely right.
Kash Patel, he killed himself.
Oh my God, do those eyes again.
He killed himself.
Those are like the Erica Kirk / fucking. Those are the
Right.
crazy eyes. He
But-
does have those like.
Exactly, just staring like he's seen some
Totally.
shit that we don't
Totally.
know. And
Okay,
like,
how about
I was
this?
abducted by aliens last night.
Okay, let me tell you this one, okay? Let me tell you this one. So I think that you're going to hate me.
no, let's go. I want to
Okay.
prepare for this.
I think that when Trump got shot, I don't think it was real. I think that hold on, let me get to it, okay? Give me 2 minutes to make my point and then you can chime in.
Okay,
Trump gets shot, what happens?
he goes down.
Okay, but like what happens to the country
Oh,
overnight?
we don't
Everybody
even
rallied again.
yeah.
For him.
Mega is fucking here in full
Yeah.
fucking color, okay?
That convention was crazy. With
It
the
just
bandage on the
right?
ear.
It just
I think it was meant to kill him, but
no.
it,
Hold on, let me finish. Hold on, let me
Yeah, I
finish.
wanna
Okay,
see what she's
hold
gonna
on.
say.
it-
So
clearly it was meant to kill him.
no. Hold on.
I wanna hear what she
Just
goes.
wait.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna get better. Give me an opportunity here to make my
Okay.
case.
I'm intrigued.
So up until that point, you had a lot of people on the fence. There was a lot of people that after he was shot that were Democrats or they were independents, and they came out and said, after seeing that, the act of bravery, how he came out of it, fight, 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 they said, I'm in. Okay? Fast forward now. September
Charlie.
2025. Okay? Correlate the two incidences. Okay? Pretty much could be almost identical. Okay? You have learned nothing from the Trump assassination. You have a rooftop that is wide open. No one's on there. The security, if you knew what I knew, you're not in this. I'm fucking, bro, I am so deep in this, you wouldn't even believe. My whole life is ruined. My wife hates me because all I do all day long is I am so fucking
Entrench
deep
yourself
down
in
this
this,
fucking,
yeah.
I know every fucking detail, okay? There's no way that happened by mistake.
Of course
Okay?
not.
Just like Trump, you do not have a fucking sniper on a roof at an event like that and you don't fucking, I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen, okay?
You have
so
airspace, yeah.
I think that the Trump assassination was planned in order to
By
get
him or
him.
the CIA?
I think he was in on it because I don't think anyone's going to go up and stand up there and be risked that knows the plan but doesn't know the plan.
It's got to be a different beast.
But here's the thing.
You don't think it's a real bullet then?
I don't think it was a real
That's what
bullet.
I-
What if it was a body double?
I think he's a wrestler. I think you guys know he's a wrestler, okay?
wrestler.
And I
He is
grew
in the
up
Hall of Fame.
the biggest fucking WWE
Yeah.
fan in the world when it was WWF. The fucking bushwhackers licked my forehead on my 9th birthday at the London Gardens, okay? I am the biggest fucking fan. That man went down in a heap. He had a fucking razor. He cut his fucking ear. He got up, fight, fight, fight. He knows how to fucking do it. And that was that. That's how he won the election. Fast forward to Charlie Kirk. Whether or not Charlie Kirk, this is where I don't know. There's a part of me that believes he's alive and well and he knew exactly what was going on. There's a part of me that believes it's 50-50, okay? Either he knew what was going on and he's alive somewhere, or his evil wife had him murdered. It's only one of the two, okay? But I'm telling you that incident does not happen by mistake.
Yeah.
That was a pre-planned, coordinated effort on was it Israel? Was it the CIA? Was it the military-industrial complex? Was it a little bit of everybody? Okay?
I mean,
but I'm telling you
just
right
named
now.
3 things that are all Israel.
Okay, so fine. Then it was Israel. Okay, but I'm telling you right now that those two
Need my
instances.
$7,000. Come on.
I'm telling you that those two instances are related.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that it's the same. You talk about it all the time. It's the same playbook. It was the exact same playbook.
Yeah.
Except they didn't expect Candace to get on the case, I don't think, as much as she did and blow it all out of the water. But this is what I'm saying. I just don't believe anymore that it's real. I just think it's all fake. It's all just a show, and the stupid people are watching with their popcorn, and I'm just sitting back and I'm just like, well, I guess I'm sitting back with my popcorn and I'm watching everybody believing
Hoist the
all of
black
this.
flag and begin to slit throats.
Right? And I just think there's no fucking way that this is real. It's all planned.
I don't think it was like planned by him. I wouldn't say Trump was in on it, because sometimes you want to believe in God and be like, maybe he actually just did turn his head, and as he's talking about immigration, gets shot, and exactly the same thing with Charlie Kirk. As he's talking about gun violence, gets shot. Like,
Come on, Ajax.
I know,
answer
the
your own
simulator
question.
writers are good.
The thing with the
You're
Trump,
you're just
I
making
know,
my
I'm
case.
walking it back.
the thing with the Trump assassination attempt, though, is I don't know if you watch Brandon Herrera at all.
I don't. I'm
he
not
did.
Sure.
So he's a gun tuber.
Okay.
So he did
Okay.
a recreation
Okay.
of that shot
Yep.
with the exact rifle. It is to get that kind of shot, even to just barely nick
Mm-hmm.
the ear.
Impossible.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Act
He
of
never
God.
got shot. And neither did, and listen to me.
Charlie Kirk's head
Neither
would have
did
blown off.
Listen,
Yeah.
neither did Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk never got shot.
I think
He never got shot. A gun went off. A gun went off in the other direction. A gun went off. He didn't get shot. He either got. There's
But
several
why?
theories.
But you got to think about why.
Why?
Yeah.
He's no longer supporting Israel.
No, I mean, like,
What do you mean, why?
if he was in on getting shot,
I don't think that. Yeah, look.
what, he was trying to tear down his own organization.
there's a lot
close
of
up
background
shop.
on Charlie Kirk that you don't know, my friend, that is going to break your heart. But there's a lot of people that think that he might not be who you think he is. I'm not there yet, okay? But there's a lot of background information about him that you don't know, that I didn't know, that he's been handled, like severely handled. Let me ask you a question. This kid's 18 years old, okay? He applies to West Point. He doesn't get in.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's going to go to I can't tell you what, I can't remember the school he was scheduled to start at in the fall. Okay, of like 2012
Of
or
some
whatever.
college, 'cause he didn't go, but
he didn't
yeah.
get into West Point, so he's going to go to this other college. Okay, this old guy, and the name eludes me right now, but it'll come to me. Happens to be at his high school while Charlie's making a speech about young Republicans. Okay, and this guy approaches Charlie after this high school assembly and says, "You're not going to college in the fall. You're going to come work with me. We're going to go on tour across the country. We're going to go to high schools and colleges, and we're going to talk about libertarianism and whatever, economic, what does he say, fiscal conservatism or whatever he says." Okay, 18 years old. Is that? I don't know.
It's
Is that
very
is that
unusual.
is that odd? I mean, why doesn't someone come in? You're a fucking great guy. Why hasn't someone come and plucked you up yet? Okay, so hold on. So he gets plucked up by this guy who then basically funds his little campus
TPUSA,
tour. Okay,
TPUSA.
before it becomes TPUSA though. He funds him, and they go around the country and they start getting donations.
It was just Turning Point at the time. Yeah.
Okay. So he starts getting all these donations, this well-off guy who's 68 years old, goes on a cross-country trip with an 18-year-old boy. I don't know, if that's my kid, I don't know. Okay. And then he
questions
starts
are asked.
introducing him to people, and now all of a sudden Charlie's got this mentor guy that he has to be with and he has to talk to all the time. This is part of their arrangement. Okay. So he's got a guy he has to talk to. And then he's meeting all of these high, influential people. But Ajax, how do you know that the people that they're introducing him to and these guys are saying, here's $1 million, are they all good guys? Do they have intentions behind that money? Where everybody wants
No one
something.
just
Nobody
gives
just
someone $1 million.
Nobody just gives
Yeah,
money
yeah.
to somebody without. But if I'm donating to your cause, are you gonna talk about this?
Okay,
Are you gonna talk
sure.
about this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I
So
get
for
what you're
10
saying.
years,
Shoehorning them into something.
so for 10 years, he's got this little company that's making 1, 2, 10 million. Do you know what they made last year? Like $127 million.
I know.
Before the assassination. Okay? Bibi Netanyahu calls him in the summer and says, "We want to take Turning Point to the next level." What does Charlie Kirk say? No.
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
So Erica
Yeah, I
Kirk
knew- I
is
knew
the new
that. I
Courtney
knew that.
Love.
I knew
Erica
that.
Kirk is already now what you have to know about Erica Kirk is that her mom is someone that you don't even think she is. She's actually former military. Okay. And what they do with former military when they want to put you in a different role is they discharge you from the military and then you sign on to CIA as a contractor. Okay. So now Erica's mom is in this position, which then she honeypots her own daughter. Okay. And we get Jeremy Boring to introduce Charlie and Erica. She's 5 or 6 years older than him. That's kind of weird, right? And instantly,
Yeah, Erica is pretty old. I found that weird. Yeah, I did find that
instantly,
weird.
they're like this, okay? Has she always been his honeypot? Was she put in that position originally to meet him with the goal in mind to seduce him into being her husband? Where she then has influence over him. You and I both know.
That's a possibility because I always think
Right?
that whenever I see an older girl with a younger guy, I'm like, what are you getting out of this? Most girls go for either older guys or guys their age, so that is understandable. But like the question is, to say that all of that is true,
Okay.
was Charlie a net positive to society or negative?
Personally, I think he was net positive.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
But I think that the problem with Charlie was because he was a net positive and because he was waking up to what was going on with Israel, that became no longer tolerable. That they cannot have him going around with this organization that literally brings in millions of dollars from Jewish donors primarily. Okay. Most of their donors are Jewish, so they're pro-Israel. And then you have the head guy that says publicly on Megyn Kelly's show, "I'm really rethinking my stance on Israel." That's crazy, man.
Well, that's like JFK starting to speak out against Israel.
Absolutely. Yep. I mean, again, like
the JFK Charlie Kirk.
yeah. Like again, I'm nobody and I don't know anything, but
Yeah.
like from what I'm reading and what I'm seeing, I'm just like
Everything is just fake.
everything's
fake and
fake.
gay.
Everything's
So-
planned, programmed. Again, whether he was involved or not, I have no idea. But I know that that was not by coincidence, and I fucking certainly know that a tranny furry freak did not make that shot.
No.
Well, look at Carl Sagan's famous quote: "The universe is too lazy for coincidences."
Interesting.
Never heard of that one.
I've never heard that
That's
either.
a good one. That's a good one.
The
'Cause-
universe is too lazy
For
for
coincidences.
coincidences. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
Well, I don't know.
to bring it back to like, because it's always just going to be like you always say, left or right, but it's all fake, and then there's just people watching down, being like, "Oh my God, at least they're not talking about us." They got
Right.
the cockfight together. It's kind of
Yes.
like how Occupy
Yep.
Wall Street wasn't. It was about the big businesses running shit,
And
the
then
big
they had to
businesses-
co-opt Occupy Wall Street because it
Yeah.
was the only thing that actually had ever worked.
Yeah, and then the businesses were like, "Hey, wait a minute, let's run these people." Like, let's,
Yes. See, exactly.
it's
See, exactly. And then I think back to like the original topic of this podcast, which is homelessness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if all of this is by design, that is too.
Mm-hmm.
That is too. They want us in this chaotic.
I almost want to call it a lull, a chaotic lull.
you know,
You're just being lulled into comfort while everything is chaotic, and they're going to try. Not going to, but they are just like, all right, so we're gonna have this influencer get this audience. This influencer is going to get this audience.
Right.
So they're all in their own
Right.
little tribes.
Right.
And even though fundamentally they all agree, they're all trying to rip each other's heads off
Yep.
because this one tiny thing in each other's platform or beliefs just does not align,
Right.
and it becomes a mountain out of a molehill. Right.
And once you learn that influencers are being paid.
Mario
That-
for the North.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
Yeah, Mario Zelaya.
Let's talk about
Mario, he's a monotone talking head.
Okay, because he's terrible on camera. But
well, not only
he comes
that.
with facts.
So do you,
Yes,
you think
though-
that who do you think is paying him?
Oh,
Like the
it's-
conservatives?
Oh no, Loblaws.
Loblaws?
Yeah, but it's somebody.
That's how he made his money.
It's not. Yeah,
He
How?
was like he lobbied with other like Loblaws and Sobeys. Like he was on some type of board.
Okay.
And he lobbied with them to get to raise the prices on groceries. I
have a
It's-
feeling.
I have to go
yeah.
deeper
I mean,
into it, but, like-
Melissa Lantzman was involved in
Yeah.
that too.
He was in the Loblaws lobby.
Okay. Isn't
That-
by the way, Jagmeet Singh's brother is in the Loblaws lobby as well.
And everybody like,
Metro.
We just
Okay.
have to go going down the Loblaws rabbit hole is a little way deeper.
Okay.
That, like they're selling expired foods and
Yeah.
they're telling farmers don't do this, don't do that.
Right.
Like it's the
And he
farm-
also did. Mario also did a lot of like real estate investment and stuff like that.
True.
as
So
well.
he did make quite a bit of money outside of politics, but when it comes to what he's like spreading, he's exposing what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but the
I
thing is,
appreciate
it's
that.
also what he's ignoring from the CPC, like with Bill C. Ford.
Oh yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Like there's
But
a lot of
that's-
stuff
but that's-
that is problematic that any of the CPC influencers should be calling
That's
out.
what I was
Like
about to say. That's the problem with a lot
Interesting.
of these conservatives.
they'll ignore
They
it.
Interesting.
not ignore it. They just will downplay it or just
Talk
Gloss
dance
over
around
it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, they are kind of like the liberals, where like
It's subversive.
Pierre can do no wrong.
Yep.
Anytime I've made a post criticizing Pierre or saying I'm not a conservative, so many conservatives are in my comment section being like, "What the fuck? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's better than the other option." And I'm just like, why do we have to have these options?
Yeah, see,
It's
that's
funny too
exactly
because
it.
Mario used to follow me. He followed me for like a year. No, didn't like anything. Didn't comment on anything. And
On
the
Twitter,
one
right?
time, pardon?
On Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter. And the one time I called him out, like point blank, like about like, oh yeah, we're calling out the liberals for this. It's like, the Conservative Party's right on board with that, right? And then he unfollowed me.
He's doing the job of someone like what I should be doing, like someone that can speak on camera. So
He's a fluffer.
He talks like he'll be like, and guess what happened today? This is insane. I cannot believe what the liberal government, and it's like, come on.
And it's
bro,
always
like,
the most
can we do-
basic shit. that a lot of people have exposed elsewhere, and he's just like, I'm going to try and shoehorn myself into here and be the big name.
Oh yeah, he's done that. Well, he's taken like a video of mine, and just taken the little clip of it, and then spoke about it.
Yep.
You guys
I can't stand Mario.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've been off Instagram. I haven't been on it enough lately, so I mean, I know absolutely who he is, and I used to watch his stuff a lot.
I did too.
But I noticed that there's a lot of, but you're right. I'm noticing that there's a lot of influencers that are being paid, and whether
It might not be directly by the party, but
Right.
somebody attached to the party.
now, and I'm mostly talking about Americans. That's the kind of
Yeah.
circle that I'm in. But there's a lot of influencers that are, basically shilling for Israel, or you have influencers shilling for Palestine. Like it's both sides. That's the thing, is that you shouldn't be being paid to be giving your opinion. Your opinion's your opinion, and
people
if that's
like
your
it and
opinion,
people
that's
give
your
you money,
opinion.
then yeah.
But if a country comes to you, a foreign country, and comes to you and says, "Here, like I'm going to pay you $10,000 per post," but it's got to have this message in it. Like if you noticed during when you said about how Candace was kind of crazy, think about that. Pretend for 1 second that maybe she's not CIA, because who the fuck knows, okay? But pretend for 1 second that she's not. You got...
I would want her to be crazy, because the crazy people are
Right?
the right ones nowadays.
It's so true.
That's why I don't. That's why a lot of like conservatives and even me, like I listen to her because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Like the way she talks about news and stories, it gets me intrigued, and I can't
Totally.
wait for the next episode.
Totally.
I'm not gonna completely.
She's
write her
literally
off.
like Maury from the 90s.
Yeah.
Wait till tomorrow.
Right. And I'm
Or
not
like
gonna-
or like
so
a
I'm not
soap
gonna
opera
write-
on tomorrow's episode. And she does. She wants you to keep coming back for more.
Yeah.
And Junior's back from the dead.
It's
Right?
like, yo, I want to see if Charlie Kirk really is a time traveler. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
But I'm not gonna completely write her off, because conservatives are because then it shows. Wait a minute, you are becoming the people that you were talking shit about the whole time.
Yeah.
You're gonna, what do you call it? You're gonna say, don't listen to a word Nick Fuentes says. He's dangerous. It's like,
Aren't you
where
now
did I
trying
hear
to
that from before?
Yeah,
Like,
but the only thing about Nick Fuentes is like, don't you remember after Charlie died, what he said? Like, that's what I'm talking about, the influencers. All of a sudden, you had
Oh
influencers,
yeah, he started saying Israel didn't do it. Yeah.
and I'm just like, who's like, what? Like, how can you definitively know that?
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
definitively know that Israel did it, so I've never said Israel definitively did it.
question
I've said,
everything.
I think I think there's a really strong possibility that they could have, but I've never said definitively. So the fact
Yeah.
that he's like definitively, so you've got all these influencers getting paid, I think, to come after her on the exact same issues. It just seems too coordinated. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
Infighting. They would rather
I'd like to
We're
see
happy
an
that
audit
this-
of every influencer out there.
Yeah, right. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because there is a high potential with social media influencers for foreign interference
Yep.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Right.
like, let's take Kash Patel's
them.
girlfriend.
Indict
Like, are we going to pretend that she's not from Israel?
I don't know. I just like her music.
I mean, I don't even know her music, but when I look at
I
her,
don't
I'm
know
like,
her
dude, you're
music
from
either.
Israel. Like,
Apparently, all I know is she's some super famous country singer, and I was like, I like country. I ain't heard one song on this bitch.
yeah, right.
In the
I
last
just,
6
to
months,
me,
I've been
it's just
trying
like,
to
how
pull
do you
back
have
more.
how do you have a random and again, I think everybody in Hollywood or music is CIA. That's what I think. So when the director of the FBI has a country singer,
Yeah.
a famous country singer as his girlfriend, I'm like, oh, that's a honeypot.
And she's my age too. I was like, wait a minute, isn't Cass like 50?
Oh, and by the way, he left his wife and kids for her too.
Oh,
by
what
the
a-
way,
Well, I mean,
What
look
a
at what
stand-up.
In case you
Ice
didn't-
Cube
in
was
case you didn't
saying
know that.
Yeah, no,
recently in a podcast. He was saying, he admitted, like, yeah, the CIA approached us to like push this music.
Yeah.
To
Ice Cube didn't need to say it. Rick Ross said it.
well, exactly, right? Like there's
not the fat Rick Ross.
No, the
Yeah,
rapper Rick Ross.
No, not
not
the
him.
rapper. Rapper Rick Ross stole that name from the real
The
Rick
drug dealer
Ross.
guy,
Yeah, the
right?
drug
Okay,
dealer.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying the real drug dealer said that?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
said, he was like, I couldn't fucking read, but randomly the
Yeah.
CIA just
I watched that interview.
Yeah,
that
so-
was crazy. Okay, so we're in this deep now. How can we wrap it? What do you guys have, like, any going back to homelessness? Like, can we What's this? Do we have a solution? Did we solve the world's problems in this episode? Did we come up with a solution for this?
I think we just had more questions because honestly, like there's so many things that go into the homelessness issue. Like it's the homelessness issue is basically the tip of the iceberg.
It's the end result.
It is the end result
You're
of
right.
so many bad policies
You're right.
and just omissions of justice. Like they're omitting justice.
You're right.
They're not actively pursuing justice. If they were, they would be vetting immigrants. They would be being a lot more particular instead of like, doors open, y'all, come on in, right?
Well,
And
like
here's a check.
When my family immigrated from Italy, you had to have a sponsor.
It's same with when my grandparents came from Netherlands after World War II.
Yeah.
Right? Like we had to have a sponsor.
Yeah.
Luckily had family that was already here. But like my grandfather worked on the railroad and for the lumber mills out in Niagara. I remember we dug up one of his old pay stubs from that. $16 in a week
Oh, wow.
was what he got paid for that.
Yeah.
And he managed to survive.
Yeah.
And then he inherited from one of his family members, I believe, I could be wrong about this. My mom's not going to watch this, so whatever. So he inherited a farm out in Thunder Bay from previous relatives that were already here. So, I mean, like, they weren't allowed to have any social assistance for the first 10 years.
Yeah.
Old bosses of mine, they came from Poland.
Yeah.
In
That's
like
true.
the 60s.
I remember those days that you could not get social assistance until you had been here and paid into the system.
Tax system.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
Makes perfect fucking sense.
Yep.
Makes perfect
And now they're
fucking
just like,
sense.
doors open, here's your check, guys.
Yeah.
You did your job.
And we wonder why they want to come and flood. I mean, any normal person would want to. I don't give them credence for that. Like they didn't. They didn't make
it's
the
a
system.
government problem.
They didn't create the system. They're just playing in it.
Yeah,
And
they're like, I have an opportunity to go grab some cash here.
Do I want to live in garbage dump India?
Or do I want to
Or do I want to turn Canada into garbage dump?
exactly.
I think I'll take option 2.
Yeah, we are becoming Chinukistan.
The only way to actually really solve it is because the conservatives are never going to win one. The only way to actually stop it is a conservative has to wear the red jacket and like run as
Isn't
a
that called Doug Ford?
No. That's a
Isn't
that's a
Doug Ford
liberal
doing that?
wearing a blue jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We need to get Rosemary back.
Right.
Like someone like Rokana.
Right.
Rosemary would be a good one. She actually
Is
got
she
kicked.
Canadian?
Yeah, Rosemary She used to be the MP out in Strathroy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
out in that riding out by
Yeah.
Strathroy, she used to be that. She got kicked out of the Liberal Party for being too conservative.
Right.
Yeah,
we need a Rosemary
Yeah, you're right. Or you know who would be great as a conservative like head candidate would be Raybould, Jody Raybould Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember
Jody
her?
Wilson-Raybould? Yep.
Jody Wilson Raybould. Thank you.
Yep.
What a fucking
Yeah.
she's a fucking phenomenal fucking woman.
So you wouldn't put Danielle Smith.
Oh,
up
I'd put
there?
Danielle Smith first.
Yeah, I would vote
100%.
for
She'd
her
be the
every-
first one on the ticket,
They-
but I'm
they
just
tell
like
me
she's busy right
they
now.
say conservatives wouldn't vote for a woman.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, just the right woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A
It's
strong
true,
conservative
though.
woman.
It's true. I mean, the truth of the matter is, I don't know if you guys know this, but women and men are different. There's only 2 genders and they're very different. And women tend to be way more emotional. So I have no problem saying that a majority of women, I actually agree, shouldn't be bosses or politicians. However, there's always, there's always the exception to the rule. And Danielle Smith is that. Do you remember Belinda Stronach? I really fucking loved her. I think it was just because I'm a lesbian and she was hot, but I always thought she was so fucking hot and smart. So there are women that are able to lead
Michelle
businesses.
Rempel.
Yeah.
But
Wow, I'll take
like-
Leanne Rood over Michelle Rempel-Garner because she flip-flops so much.
I guess,
She is so inconsistent in her own beliefs and like the things she supports and speaks out against.
Yeah.
It's so
that's
bad.
part of the job requirement.
Well, yeah, she's like just barely a step above Melissa Lantzman. Barely a step above.
Melissa
like,
Lantzman,
we need
Ozempic, the Ozempic model.
She's no, she's
Come on.
the
that happened so quick. She used to be like pretty Oompa Loompa, and then one day I turned on the TV and she was like a fucking rail. I was like, you're either
she's
on
the
cocaine.
Jewish lesbian though.
Yeah, I know. She's either on cocaine or Ozempic. I don't know which one it is, but
both.
she's on one or two.
Now, whenever it comes to those people that are on Ozempic, go to their past and see if they said body positivity.
Oh yeah.
Hey, man, it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
What happened?
Yeah,
you
wait
were
a
suddenly
minute.
embarrassed to be a big fat ass now,
No, I'm trying to wear a bikini. What are you talking about?
right? Well,
But
okay.
yeah, no,
well,
we need
I
to-
think
yeah, we
we're-
gotta wrap it up.
We're probably gonna have to do another round of this one
Yeah.
because this one got
Hey?
like
Yeah.
this was a good chat.
We always
though.
do this.
Yeah.
We always go extra.
I
so,
know,
yeah.
but I don't really think that we even really tackled the homelessness
We
issue.
digressed
Yeah.
so
We got
much.
sidetracked on
We
a lot
basically
of
had our
stuff.
own conspiracy map here.
Yeah. So I mean, we touched on it a little bit, and I think the conclusion that we came to in that is that there's a lot of organizations that are
Audit
getting
'em.
government funding or private funding, donation wise, and they're taking the money and they're fucking blowing it up their noses, and they're paying their execs a lot of money, way too much money. The patrons that need it are getting nothing. And the homeless problem is simply getting worse. So that's the conclusion. It's getting worse. The money's not going where it needs to go. And these motherfuckers need to be held accountable.
Yep. Audit them with a magnifying glass right up their
We
ass.
need a Dodge style audit of
Yeah.
the fucking homeless issue in London, Ontario.
But you know who's gonna hire the audit? It's gonna be the government. And they're
Yeah.
gonna
And it'll
only
be their
hire-
fake firm. It'll be
Yeah.
their fake firm, just like
Exactly.
Charlie's firm.
Isn't there
you
legal
got to get into
channel?
that fudged the fucking numbers
We
and
we
made
gotta
them
do a
think
whole-
that shit was good when shit was fucking bad.
Oh yeah. When
Okay?
his employees were doing weird shit.
Use AI good and actually use AI as a tool.
Oh, interesting. So
Using AI to
interesting, yeah.
pull a full audit into everything.
I actually
Or AI to solve
no, no, no.
homelessness. Like which one?
No.
Both of them?
Here's the thing. I actually agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I would even go to the extent in saying let AI just run it.
Interesting.
Like run, not like I know it seems utopian or dystopian to be like, why can't the prime minister be a computer?
Well, you'd have to
Right.
program it so that it doesn't recommend made for everybody.
Well, the only the only problem with that is, and the only issue is Laura brought this to my attention this morning. She sent me an amazing article about how the latest version of ChatGPT made itself.
Oh yeah,
It updated itself.
because it knew that it was going to be.
It
out.
knew that
Oh,
it
God,
was
we
like
have
it had problems
self-replicating
to
AI
fix,
now.
so it had to fix its own problems.
They
Okay,
have
it
their
wrote
own
its own
language.
code and everything.
They
Come
have their
with
own
me if you
language
want to
between
live.
each other, because the English language is actually so. It's not like, what do you call it? It's not good. Like it's a good language, but it's
Efficient?
like
It's not
It's not
efficient?
efficient, right? So they just made their own code. And
Are
then,
you saying that that's true? Like that's a
yeah,
fact?
that's
They
100%
made their own
fact.
code.
Like, to speak like AI agents.
Oh,
like,
wow.
So there's this thing called Moltbot.
Okay.
Or something. So you can make it's a social media
Yeah.
platform only for AI agents. So you can make an
wow.
AI agent, and then it would go into Moltbot and interact with other. Like if I had an AI agent and you had an AI agent, they would meet in Moltbot. But what I
so
would
it's
have to
the
do is like,
T800 fighting the T1000.
yeah, I would
Yes.
like at the beginning of my day, I would program. I would say, "Hey, Moltbot, make these posts, post these videos,
Oh my God.
send this text, and maybe book this reservation for the end of the day. I gotta go. I'm busy." And then the Moltbot will do it, and even talk to other Moltbots. Hey, does anybody know a good place to get a reservation? Yeah, I know this place is open. Crazy.
So that's my only concern with AI running shit is that it'll just continue to
Yeah.
like turn into the
would
Antichrist.
have to be. It would have to be. I don't know, but like I just feel like.
Maybe tackle homelessness. And we'll see.
Yeah, let's-
But no, it would tackle
Yeah,
homelessness
let's see.
it would be like, oh, okay, here's my problem, homelessness. Here's the
Here's
money we
all
got.
the factors.
I
Okay,
said,
let's come back and do this again.
Yeah. Mhm.
But next time, let's start the podcast with asking ChatGPT how we can solve homelessness.
That's good.
And then
see what it
Grok.
says.
Yeah.
And then Grok.
and Gemini too, yeah.
Yeah,
Jeff-
and
or
Perplexity.
OpenAI.
I have Perplexity too, and then
Yeah.
we can see what they say, and then we can go through it all.
Exactly.
That'll be fun.
Because the thing is, with a lot of AI models, they don't have human. I don't want to say they don't have human empathy. They would just do it the way without like going through feelings.
Right.
They'd be like, "Oh, we
Right,
can't
right,
cut." They'll be like, "No, we have to cut it. People will die. People die every day."
That's,
Like,
it will.
so-
That's,
People die while they're receiving the services here, guys.
Yeah. My last point before we go is if you like in London, some random guy donated $25 million to stop homelessness. That was back in like 2021. Obviously, it got worse. So all I'm saying is if you give me $25 million, I will actually get
Wait,
this.
are you saying that someone donated $25 million to
No,
London?
it was
in London, yeah.
Wasn't it 7 to 8 million?
No, it was 25. I thought it was
Okay.
that number too.
I'm
It was
sorry.
Just, it was just the
I'm
government
sorry.
matched
Pardon?
him.
But they
Yeah,
because
some
the city
anonymous
didn't
guy.
do anything with it last year, they pulled the money back.
Yeah. So some random guy
What?
decided to donate $25 million to London, Ontario for homelessness. All I'm saying, to your viewers and everything, give me $25 million. The government actually. Give me 25 mil. I will have the homelessness problem cleaned up in 3 months with money to spare.
Okay. Did you say there was 1,500 homeless people in London?
2,000
It would be the equivalent of $16,000 per person.
And the municipal government didn't do a damn thing with it. So
you
the
think
people
that
who
those homeless
donated
people
took
could
that
have-
money back.
Oh, interesting. That's crazy. Okay, well, for the listening audience and the viewing audience, can you guys? We'll start with you, and you just give them the audience an indication of where they can find you, where you do most of your stuff.
I'm typically on Twitter. That's where I do most of my stuff.
What's your handle there?
My handle is @JuicyMcDreamy.
Ooh.
My screen name is Juicy or Pickle Juicy Ass McDreamy.
Okay, which one?
So it's a nickname.
I didn't
but
know this. I didn't know this.
type in if
Hey,
you're
Jack's
looking
like-
for me and my garbage opinions. Type in @Juicy McDreamy. You'll
Okay.
find me. It's got a little pickle with a
Juicy
ninja
juice on it?
Yeah, he looks like a ninja, and looking in the mirror, I'm not in a pickle. I am the pickle. So that's where you can typically find me. But yeah,
Where can we find you?
Okay, I'm gonna be the adult in the room. You can find me at Let's Talk Ajax on Instagram or on Twitter. You can find me at Odyssey. I think I changed it. It's Ajax 519 now.
Okay,
and
cool.
then TikTok. Are you dumb dog? So. Yeah.
Are you dumb?
Oh,
dog?
and
Yeah, I
I'm
love that.
I'm gonna be starting a YouTube channel. It's gonna be Let's Talk Ajax. The first episode's gonna be in March. It's gonna be a birthday episode. So
Nice.
gotta work on that. So
And we'll do our lives.
yeah. I'm
We'll get
down,
together
I'm
for a
down,
live.
I'm down,
Okay,
I'm
cool.
down, yeah.
and I'm actually working on getting my podcast reformatted and back up and running. I do have 2 episodes on it. It is called the People's Pub Podcast.
Okay.
So I
You
do
got a
have.
good voice for
Thank you.
radio. No, for real.
Thank you.
You have that like nice man's like. There's like a I don't know something.
A
to
gentleman's voice.
It. I don't
It
know.
reminds
There's
me
like
of
a little.
those body cam footages when they're describing the
Yeah.
and it's like on this episode they
Yeah.
believe they didn't want to get out the car.
Yeah.
Guess what happened next?
They fucked around and they found out.
Yeah. See, he's got
Something
that
like
like
that,
deep,
yeah.
like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. Well,
Yes.
we hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I think we're gonna have to do round 2, and hopefully you will pop back in for that episode.
Of course.
Okay. Great to have you guys. Thanks again for
Thank you
coming.
very much.
Okay. Thank you.